do that for you at some point.
I'm not joking. Sounds like a hilarious joke. It's not.
All right.
Like punching the thermostats for like 6 years.
Let me just send the link out to everybody, and then we'll be good. Have the link.
The remote control would break, and I'd never watch TV ever again.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like be up there rubbing it on the TV.
If you, yeah, when that thing goes, you're fucked.
If the internet connection works, no more internet.
When that
so.
thing goes, you're fucked.
And I'd forget to pay the bill. So none of that would be a problem anyway.
You know, I feel the same way. It's okay.
Alright, sending
Well,
out to
then you're in for
patrons. I wish they let you, like, get all this stuff organized beforehand. You always have to do it
It's literally
live.
a year.
Isn't that weird?
One of the bands I played on my new podcast, that where I play the bands that submitted through Pledge Music, he tweeted it, and it just says, shout out from Jaret of Bowling for Soup for the band I play in, Mark in the Clouds, 53 minutes and 20 seconds. Cheers, Jaret. And then another one, warning, some strong language.
That's a good warning.
I get that. Fuck it. I get it.
Nobody warned Ryan's family whenever they listened to it.
That's a whole
true.
thing.
I heard she's on a podcast. You should check that out.
Oh, you're like extended family?
Oh,
Yeah.
People were like,
I mean, the Pretty in Pink episode was fine, but my mom definitely did not tell them about the Bridesmaid episode. That
no,
was not
even
a
after the
conversation.
Pretty in Pink one, people were
Well,
just
if
like,
they had listened, they
I cannot
could have
believe
realized that you weren't having fun at this.
I was having fun, just a little awkward.
A little bit. All right, we ready to do this, guys?
Let's carry that forward.
Bring it.
All right.
You guys on the thing, you won't hear the clips. Sorry.
Oh, is that me? Oh, hey. How's it going? I don't know. I mean, there's still
I pointed
time.
to you.
Oh, that's a thing. You were cueing me.
That was killing you.
I forget, like, that I have, like...
I didn't do the 3, 2.
And... Hey, everybody. My name is Jaret. This is a podcast. It's called Jaret Goes to the Movies. It's called that for a reason. Because sometimes I go to the movies. I did not go see this one. We're talking about Mean Girls this week. I did watch it from my couch. And it's quite funny. I was looking for it, and I was just like, well, I'll see if it's on demand on DirecTV. And I went to DirecTV, and it was there, but it would have cost money.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, you know, whatever. I mean, that's the cost of doing business. But I was just like, I wonder if it's on Netflix. And Casey goes, I don't think it'd be on Netflix. And then Jack, our 11-year-old from the kitchen, goes, yeah, it's on Netflix. Just watched it last night, my friends. My sleepover. We stayed up till 7 a.m.
I actually bought it on because I couldn't find it anywhere. I didn't even think to look on Netflix.
yeah, I forget they like actually have real
Movies and
on
stuff.
there now.
I
Yeah,
just
right.
realized, as we're sitting here talking about this, that I know exactly where the DVD is for this one. Like, I could walk to it and pick it up right now.
I feel like I think I do too.
Yeah, that would have been a thing. Hey, everybody. With me, as always, is Rich.
What's up?
There he is. Rich, of course, just changing shit up every week.
Yep.
And, you know,
On your
that's
toes.
that's what he does. That's what he does, ladies and gentlemen. My lovely wife, Casey, is here.
Hello.
Ryan, the intern, is here,
Hi.
who was given one job for the podcast about 6 weeks ago and totally forgot about it. And
What was
so,
it?
And so she
I
got
did
it.
forget about
She
it.
got a sideways face the other day via text. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but she had a job to do. Actually, she has a few jobs, and she's been keeping up with other. There's like one ongoing one that she's supposed to do, and I go, you're getting your first sideways face via text. You know, it's like and that's not. I mean, you know, that's not even close to me being like it really even.
That's a very sensitive generation over here. That could like destroy her
I
whole
know.
entire future.
Oh, she doesn't give a
You
shit.
probably triggered her.
No, she doesn't give a shit.
No?
Can't handle that kind of rejection.
Now Ryan will be here on any and all of the high school type movies that we
Right.
can have her here.
Right.
And not what did we have her here at last time?
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids was
Okay.
last time.
Right.
We don't talk about that one.
I thought it was 50 Shades of Grey. I couldn't even remember exactly which one it was. Same thing, I guess. Bridesmaids, I guess I didn't realize how dirty that one was until we, you know.
I didn't either.
I feel like I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Will is not here. Will is actually working in West Texas. So sitting in for Will is our old friend. Haven't talked to him in a while. John, the bass player.
What's up, John?
John, the bass player is here.
Thanks for having me back.
Now,
Appreciate
since you've been here, I saved the bottle of whiskey that you
I know, I
brought.
appreciate it.
People walk in here all the time. They're just like,
Oh,
"Oh
there it is.
shit, you got a bottle of whiskey." I'm like, "Doesn't belong to me."
It's a stand-up guy.
We
Now-
have taken a couple shots out.
That's
Yeah.
what it's here for.
Now, here's the thing. I just yawned for the first time. And for some reason, I didn't yawn during the pre-show.
Yeah, you did.
There should be 3 more yawns as we're getting
Oh,
into
damn it.
the book of the
There's
show.
one.
Now, Casey's don't count.
Oh, no.
They got me now.
Oh,
No,
geez.
okay.
I'm
We're just
trying to
passing
find
it.
it.
Let's get it all out of our system, guys. Now, John, you got married since
I
we've
did,
seen
I
you
did.
last. Yes. And I understand that at your bachelor party, Will got hammered.
Oh my God, he did. I
He
think I don't
really
remember
did.
because I got more hammered.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember getting home.
very true. He was the most hammered.
Oh my
I never
God, I
got to see Will
basically
hammered.
blacked out at the end of the night. I woke up at home and I don't know how that happened.
Will is awesome hammered.
I
Oh,
want to
he's
see
great.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's like a happy-go-lucky guy. Generally,
Mhm.
it's like times 10. Everything's
Yeah,
awesome.
Like Will doing a tequila shot is one of my top 5 favorite things in life.
Yeah,
Man,
for sure.
I gotta see that someday. We gotta try to make that happen. Now,
At a strip club.
last week we did an episode because I was on the Warp Tour. I was out absolutely murdering the Warp Tour. Man, it was fucking hot. I know I complained about Florida, and Florida was still worse, but man, Houston, the fucking
Oh.
humidity and the
Oof.
heat there, man. It's just like, I mean, I don't know what I hate the most. Florida in general. The humidity and all of that, because what I'm saying is like the humidity everywhere in Florida, or just Houston, or like Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Houston because I have to
Houston.
go there a lot. My family lives there. We go down there to get away and stuff, and it's awesome. But god damn it,
It's the one city on my list that I will never go to.
yeah.
That's the way I'm going
It's
there.
not worth it. Yeah, no,
It is.
it's definitely the armpit of Texas.
We used to do this bit in Bowling for Soup where we would be talking about something and we would just talk about like how shitty Houston is, and we'd go, "We've been lobbying Louisiana to trade us Shreveport for Houston so we can have gambling in Texas. You guys can have the port and all of the trade that comes with you." So fuck it, take NASA. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. It's like, yeah, well, it's fucking crazy. The newest astronauts are all Cajuns. We can't understand a fucking thing they say on the radio. But anyway, it was such a fucking great tour. It was so awesome. But we did it without Gary because Gary had to stay home because his wife was borderline gonna.
Wait, what?
Okay, so here's the thing. Gary's wife was pregnant. And so the Thursday before we left, so we were leaving on a Tuesday. The Thursday before he left, they went to the doctor. The doctor says, could be 3 hours, could be 3 weeks. So Gary had to before the baby to come.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
You kind of scared me because you said was pregnant. I didn't know how pregnant she was.
Yeah, pregnancy's end, and then you have babies.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was early on in the pregnancy and he's saying was pregnant or if it was later
Let
on
me-
in the
let me
pregnancy.
just
Started
put this-
off with like an ominous tone.
Yeah, it did.
let me just put this out there just for future reference. If I was going to say was pregnant and it wasn't leading to something good, I wouldn't be fucking talking.
Well, I didn't know if you were
Good
tiptoeing
point.
around it or it slipped out.
Yeah,
Or...
no.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say anything.
All right.
So anyway, he we have to have a big tour. So anyway, he sits the tour out. He had to sit this tour out. We had to fly in a guy. His name is Rob Filicetti. He plays guitar in a band called Patent Pending, but he's a drummer. He was the drummer for the Ataris. In fact, those of you listening to this, if you ever have seen the video where the Ataris kick their drummer out on stage while throwing the drums at him, that's Rob Filicetti. So he came and sat in a few shows with us. Gary actually showed up to Dallas, and they did half the show, and it was great. But we got to San Antonio, and sure enough, little Mia Wiseman came out right about the time we finished our set. So he did the right thing by missing the tour. And but it was great. First shows that we've done without Gary though in 20 years, which was
wow.
It was wacky. Less wacky.
Did the guy have to learn the songs?
Yeah, but I mean, it's a 25 to 30 minute set, and also they've toured with us so many times. He was just like, it's just kind of there, saved in the banks.
I didn't know there was a video of the drums getting thrown at him.
Yeah, you can look it up. Atari's kick out drummer on stage or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, like for real?
Oh yeah, it really happened.
Oh, I thought it was like a joke.
Oh no! They in the middle of a song, the singer stopped the song and started throwing the drums at the guy while he was playing.
He must be really good.
What?
Who?
The drummer. Why were they throwing the drums at?
Yeah.
Because he was fucking it up because he was drunk.
Oh, he's drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Which in Bowling for Soup.
Yeah, that's like a plus.
Yeah. You're adding to the show? Are you kidding me? You just given me so much material, and not only giving me material for that day, I'm going to talk about it the next day and the next, and they're all different bits, and just like going from bit to bit. Anyway, we had a great tour, and that was awesome. So anyway, while I was gone, we had recorded this episode of Current Events. Now, here's the thing: when you look it up, Rich did the title of it. Now, but I want to make it super clear for the listener. We don't talk about fucking television on there because that was the rule. I had to fucking erase all of my television notes as we're starting to record the thing. And then big topic from Rich is this Phelps versus the shark or whatever. And not only does that happen, and all my materials cast out from that thing, anything Game of Thrones I was going to talk about or any of that stuff, all just gone. Then he titles the fucking episode Phelps versus Shark. It's like, it's as if like anything, you could have called it literally anything.
I feel like I'm the drummer for the Ataris.
We talked about Marvel versus DC and just all this shit. By the way, I saw Spider-Man.
Oh, is it good?
And I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought the way
better than the original?
No, not for me.
Okay.
But again, I'm not a superhero guy.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed like that first Tobey Maguire one, whatever.
I think this is the best casting of Spider-Man. I like this kid.
The kid is awesome.
Yeah.
The story is great. Like how they get from, I mean, because like for me, I would have never understood what his association with the Avengers was, and to be honest, I never even knew there was Avengers. I just liked Spider-Man when I was a kid.
Right.
By the way, look for on my web on my artist page soon. I'll be posting a picture of third grade me sitting in Spider-Man's lap at the mall in Lawton, Oklahoma, and on the bottom of it, my grandma wrote Jaret and Spider-Man, which I think is fucking just nailed the photo.
Yeah.
And it was really him too. I mean, it's him. Anyway, Rich, I do appreciate the fact that you took away half my shit for that episode and then fucking named it something I've told me. So what I'm saying, I'm making executive decisions. My name's on this fucking show. From now on the Current Events, we will be entering into television if we fucking want to.
All right.
Because that you fucking set the precedence there. You threw it to Phelps and the Shark.
How do we not talk about Michael Phelps versus a shark?
I know it was
the most
topical
disappointing thing ever, though.
from the previous episode. That's
I
all.
understand that,
Yeah,
but maybe there's some topical television stuff that I need to. For example, do you remember the time on Different Strokes where Arnold wanted to go in to get the toaster and the bank got robbed?
Right.
Yeah, and then Tootie and him were like stranded in the
So
bank.
that's all you gotta do. You'd have to link it around.
And they missed going to the amusement park.
That's a different show. You just threw in Facts Alike Tootie in a different strokes.
Well,
was she in that episode?
A lot of you don't know that was actually a spin-off of Different Strokes. Tootie was actually... No, I will not shut up. It was 100% a spin-off. Yes, it was. Well, actually, you should have known because Mrs. Garrett was the original housekeeper on Different Strokes, and then went on to be on Facts of Life after that. And that's when we got Adelaide, the little old lady.
Adelaide.
You know?
No.
This is love on the down on the day. Yeah, nice with the winger there. I like that. You're forgiven about the Phelps thing.
All right.
Hey, this week we're going to talk about Mean Girls. Man, this is a good one. And anyway, it's been a while since we've sat and done a movie podcast, so I'm super excited about it. I want to thank our new supporter, Les Zaldor Zalewski.
Yep. He's that guy that you were on his podcast 20 years ago.
Oh, that dude is really awesome. His podcast is really good too, and I'll have to remember what it is, but it's really good, and then I'll give it a plug. He upped his support actually this week. Our executive producers are our Patreon supporters as well. If you'd like to support the show, we'd certainly like to have you along. It means merchandise discount for you, other perks all the time, and we're adding stuff apparently every week, because this week we're streaming live to our Patreon people as we're doing this right now. So we're going to thank our executive producers, David Murray, Ashley C., Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, David Dooley, Diane Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, I'm sorry I burped in the middle of your name, Rodon James, Eddie Weiss, Lisa Wenzel, Sean Umbeck, Joel Robinson, Nigel Watson, Greg Pascal, Chris Holt, who we will hear from later in the show on 5 Questions, Tyler McCullough, who sounds like a professional golfer, I'm not going to lie, Mark Ryan, Svi Hurst, Josh Millman, Jason Randall, Wayne Bullard, who we will also hear from later on in the show, and our newest executive producer, Mr. Les Zaldor Zalewski. Thanks for everything you guys do. And while I'm at it, don't forget to like the Facebook page and all of that bullshit too. We're going to talk about Mean Girls, which came out in 2004. Katie Heron is a hit with the Plastics, the A-list girl clique at her new school, until she makes the mistake of falling for Aaron Samuels, the ex-boyfriend of Alpha Plastic, Regina George. No, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
That's not what the movie's about at all.
Yeah.
I mean, all of that happens in the movie.
Sort of, yeah.
But now, Rich, I assume that you're going to have an alternate for us.
That's true. Mean Girls. A girl whose boobs are just kind of meh ran to school along with her 2 sidekicks whose boobs were both kind of eh, until the new girl came to town whose boobs were definitely yeah.
That's pretty goddamn good.
All right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I nailed it.
You couldn't not notice those, right?
Right.
You know,
impossible.
The whole time I was just thinking, I mean, and again, I don't know her. I mean, obviously, she's been through a lot, and everybody, she's had a rough time. And I know she didn't have the easiest of childhoods or whatever, but God, she was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm just beautiful.
Yep.
And just so...
You can totally see why she sort of owned young Hollywood at that time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even her voice.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about her voice that had, the right sort of tenor and, nasalness in it. And as I was watching, I was just like, God damn, what a shame that she didn't go on to just be fucking,
She did the Herbie movie and this movie, and I was like, wow, this girl's going to be huge.
Right.
And then drugs.
Well, there's also a gold record right up there with her picture on.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Freaky Friday.
Was that before? What year was that?
That would have been right around in that time.
Yeah.
Freaky Friday, of course.
Yeah, I mean, she was just killing it. She was slaying every movie. She had the Parent Trap earlier on.
Yeah, and she was great in that.
Excellent
little
in
kid
that
actor.
movie.
Worst British accent of all time.
Yeah, maybe of all time. We did talk about Dick Van Dyke last week. Don't forget that.
She's like Dick Van Dyke's child.
That's pretty bad. You're gonna have to boost that, Rich.
That's
Actually,
fine.
fuck it. Leave it like that.
Leave it
Nobody
just
wants
like
to hear it. Anyway, you fucking stepping over me talking
sorry.
about my song in this thing. And last week you pulled some fucking song shit out of your ass that nobody cared about.
What I do?
You were just like, well, I had 3 songs. And this guy, and now he's dead. But we Bowling for Soup covered Britney Spears. What the fuck is that song called that we did? Oops. No, we didn't do it.
Baby, one more time.
Baby, thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. One more time in that movie. And Jamie Lee Curtis actually sings along to it in the movie. So, I've got that going.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Now, obviously, this movie stars Lindsay Lohan, who, I guess the best thing about her is that you can find, like, various really revealing photos throughout the internet of her, like, in really, like, wife beaters or, like, bending over and
She
things.
was like in Playboy, wasn't she?
Was she?
Oh, I don't know.
I believe she was.
Like fully naked, or like clothed in
Wasn't
Playboy.
she?
I don't know.
I don't know.
John's googling.
But let
Like,
me
We're going to the
nude.
interwebs right now.
No,
Let me-
nude, I think.
let me write that down.
I think she was like blonde, like Marilyn Monroe-y.
Interesting.
John, report back. I'm pretty sure.
I'm working on it.
Now, Rachel McAdams, who as we started watching this,
Notebook.
I go, well, so I'm just like, I don't really think that girl's that hot. Like I was like,
I don't either.
honestly, out of the 4 of them, she was definitely not the hottest, definitely not the second hottest, and I don't even think the third hottest out of the 4.
Not even close.
And I'm sure if you dress up the lesbian girl from the fucking cosmetic stand, she's probably hotter too.
She's in a lot of stuff now.
Yeah, she's in the Masters of Sex.
Jesus Christ, let me write
Sorry,
that down
yeah.
too.
That's
So,
a thing.
so Rachel McAdams, but then she said the thing about the Notebook.
So you don't remember her from the Notebook? And he was like, oh yeah. Like, she can be beautiful.
And Wedding Crashers.
Which one was she in Wedding Crashers?
The girl.
She's the main girl.
Oh
Not a
my
huge fan.
god! So this is one of those girls who like I can't ever place. Like I know who she is,
Yeah.
but she
She
looks
kind of is like
she
that.
looks
Yeah.
completely different in every movie.
Beautiful. It's
Okay, I've
just-
got confirmation that, yeah, she was naked.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm looking right
How's it look? How's it look?
It looks like that.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that's
Well,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
You
Like,
shithead.
yeah, she's great.
Are you talking about Lindsay Lohan?
No, yeah, she's doing the Maryland thing.
Oh, Lindsay Lohan. Okay.
Wow.
Did you really think that was I know.
I thought he was
Really?
googling
Okay,
Jamie Lee
now,
Curtis.
Jamie Lee
Did you really
Curtis.
think I was going to try to find that?
That's why I was like, I don't think she's
Hold
in
on.
It'd
Playboy.
probably,
Jamie
it'd
Lee.
probably clear up some rumors.
She used to show her boobs all the time. There's an amazing scene in Trading Places where she's just standing
Oh,
in front of
that's
the
right.
mirror,
Yeah.
and they're lovely.
Yeah.
That show Trading Spaces.
Yeah, that was a good
I
one.
used to watch that
Fucking
all the time.
worst.
Love
Now,
that. You hated it?
No, love the show. She did the worst shit to people's houses. Like, I'm gonna
Oh.
cover your walls in straw.
Right.
oh, you're
Yeah.
talking about the black haired girl, the brown haired girl?
Yeah, and they'd like
What's
let
her
the
name?
neighbors. I don't know, Heidi something.
No, Hildy.
Okay.
Hildy?
Now,
Something.
I liked the Genevieve girl.
Genevieve, I liked a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
That was
Mostly
the
because of her
worst. And they'd always
boobs,
be like, I just
her
don't want
boobs.
anything
Yeah,
like
were
she.
cute.
and she kind of like she got a little chunky butt
Yeah.
for a little while.
No, she was fine. I would have all over
all
that.
over it. Yeah.
All
She's-
over
she
Yeah,
had-
she,
she
they
had-
like intentionally just fuck people's shits up. Like they would be like, I just don't like anything.
She put
like,
fucking AstroTurf in the people's house, that chick.
I don't like
Hildy.
anything Asian, so she was like, okay,
Well, I'm gonna put Asian.
my inspiration for this room is gonna be this kimono.
That's
They absolutely did
the
that.
worst, just make people mad.
Don't touch my fireplace.
Yes, that was the big one.
That was Doug, right? Doug,
Oh, I don't remember.
the real smarmy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, older.
That was
um,
the one thing. Don't touch the fireplace, and they fucking built a new fireplace around their fireplace.
oh
Yeah.
my god.
I just want to point out that since we've now talked about Trading Spaces as a TV show on the show,
Right.
on the Random Movie Talk, you can bring it up.
I can bring up Trading Spaces.
Right.
As it's okay. 'Cause
You can bring up so far. You can bring up Trading Spaces,
Different strokes.
Different Strokes,
And-
Facts
Or
of
Shark
Life,
Week. Yeah.
and Shark Week.
And
Okay,
Shark
hold
Facts
on.
of Life.
Wait, let me get off of the notepad where I'm writing down shit about naked girls and go to shit I can talk about.
While you're doing
Talk
that,
about-
Masters of Sex is a show on Showtime, right? And it's about the Masters and Johnson sex. It's really good.
Yeah. You
It's
know
about
what?
how they basically they learned about the female orgasm that they didn't even believe was like a thing before that guy.
Oh. You know what I like is Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah.
They make these Q-tips, and if you ever buy the bargain brand of those, you will be a fucking believer, man. Like you've got to buy the
Johnson
name
Johnson.
brand Johnson, especially if you're an ear cleaner.
Yeah.
And I am. I don't stick it all the way in there. I'm not.
I do. I like poke my brain.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I
supposed
do.
to
Oh,
No,
that.
you're not supposed to do
I
that.
do it all the time.
You know
Every
what Dick Van Dyke said on TV when I was a kid?
day. Something really bad and a bad.
Never stick anything in your ear
That's bigger than your elbow.
except your elbow.
What?
Yeah,
Right.
because you can't.
Because you can't put your elbow in your ear.
Because you're not supposed to.
Tina Fey is in this movie. She also wrote it, and I love me some Tina Fey. Like, I love her. I did. I love her.
I get it.
She's actually really hot. I
Yeah.
think she's hilarious.
I never thought it until I saw this movie, and I was like, yeah,
I just wonder if she's like miserable
I
in
like
real
Amy
life
Poehler
though.
better.
No, she's not. Everybody
sure?
talks about her a lot. Well,
Works in
no,
there.
because you hear about her all the time. But she's with her husband that she was still in when she
Yeah.
was doing, like,
Second
they've been
City.
together forever. Everybody talks about how awesome she is. And
Okay.
she's not like a miserable, just
Okay,
like,
good.
you know.
That's good to know.
Bitchy
Did you ever hear
person.
the story about the scar on her face?
I have heard it, but I don't
I
remember what it
either.
is. But I think it's a violent
She has
crime,
like a
right?
scar, like right here. If you start looking at it, I never
Yeah.
noticed it until I saw.
Oh,
the
I
article
noticed it
about
right away. Yeah.
where's this?
She was like 5 years old, and a man pulled over, walked by her, and literally just like slashed her face with a knife,
wow.
and then like ran off, just like crazy. Like,
Do you ever wonder if she
Little kid.
didn't get that scar, she wouldn't be as funny as she is today?
Probably.
Yeah,
it had
probably
to have.
believe that.
It had to have had
Like,
like
that
a huge
guy-
impact.
Made her career in life amazing.
Well, the thing is
I think
that
she
he actually.
mentioned something about that in like.
Oh,
interviews.
really?
Well, yeah, he went on to sue her. He actually sued her for money, like after she did 30 Rock,
Right.
and he was just like, you wouldn't be this successful had I not done that.
think I heard
so
that
I'm
too.
going to go ahead and sue you for.
You guys
for-
making this shit?
He's
up?
making-
Yeah, we're
he's
totally
making-
making-
Okay, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they never found out. They never found out who did it.
I'm like, wait.
John
wait.
hasn't
I realize I've been drinking.
learned
since
to
like
read
noon.
your bullshit
Yeah,
face
she was
yet.
real little. Some of
Well,
her
I
was
look
like
at you.
I just see the bullshit back of the head.
Tim Meadows, who is one of my favorite character actors, it's so funny. He's like the guy who was on Saturday Night Live the longest, but never got an actual character until he got the Ladies Man. And of course, you love the movie The Ladies Man.
Ladies man.
Movie's
Ooh,
awesome.
Yeah.
it's a
Like a little
lady.
Cavassier.
Hell yeah.
I love that movie still.
Amy Poehler is in this one. Amy Poehler, who,
The cool mom.
Love her.
yeah, God, I love her in everything. You
She's
know,
so
Have you
funny.
seen her new movie?
I have not.
It's hilarious.
Now,
of
What's the
course,
new
I
one?
was the only one in the theater laughing, but
What's
I
the
thought it was
new movie?
hilarious. The one about the girl who goes to college, but her parents run out of money, so they build a casino in their house with Will Ferrell.
Oh, I wanted to
Yeah,
see
It's
that.
so funny.
But apparently, the reviews are bad, right? Like, or
I mean, okay,
Oh yeah.
reviews may be bad, but I was crying laughing the whole time.
yeah. I mean, everything she does is funny. Now, Anna Gasteyer plays Katie's mom in this, and she's a very funny Saturday Night Live actress as well. I mean, it is very much a who's who from Saturday Night Live all over this fucking thing. Lacey, is it Chabert?
Was it produced by
Shibert, something like that. The girl
no,
from
Sherbert?
30 something.
Lacey Chambert, right?
Well, there's no M. It's Chabert.
Oh, then I don't know how to pronounce
Yeah, and she actually became a voice actress and did a bunch of shit.
Chabret.
She was in like Transformers and
What was her first show?
it.
Voltron.
It was Party of Five.
Ah, that's it. I was thinking.
I was waiting to spring that on you in case.
Wait,
you
is
didn't.
this
There
Gretchen?
you go.
Gretchen?
Who are we talking about?
Yeah, this is Gretchen.
Oh
Okay.
right, Gretchen.
She
Yeah.
was in Daddy Daycare with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, that was terrible.
No,
She
it's
grew up.
not.
It was
Rich.
awful.
That's one of the best movies ever.
Wait, you're not
Jesus
you're not
Christ.
selling us on that Amy Poehler Will Ferrell movie now.
Okay.
Now, Lizzie Kaplan, who plays the friend that I was talking about earlier, she has gone on to do a bunch of shit. She was actually in Interview, so she's been in a couple of James, what the fuck, James Franco's movies.
She was in Playboy too.
She was in
the
127
blonde?
Hours. No, I'm
Yeah, what's
talking
her name?
about the.
I just made that. I made
Oh.
that up.
No. I'm talking about the friend that works at the.
Janet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's in all types of stuff.
Yeah, but she was in The League for a little bit. She was on
Yeah.
New Girl for a little bit. Voice actress, tons of shit. American Dad still.
I think her biggest role to date is the Masters of Sex on Showtime though.
Right.
She's the main co-star person in there.
I don't know why you keep coming back to that.
It's really good.
He's a perv.
Damian Franzese plays the really gay friend who is hilarious in this fucking movie.
Yeah, he's
Neil
nice.
Flynn plays Katie's dad, and me and Casey on a lazy day one day on vacation ended up watching like 7 episodes of that show, The Middle.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
I
the
love
dad
that
in
show.
that. That show is fucking funny, and
It's
he
really
is
funny.
amazing.
Brick is hilarious.
I like
Yes.
him in Scrubs. Do you remember him in
Yeah,
Scrubs?
Scrubs,
He was like
the
this
janitor.
that like had it out for the main character, and they were always like in weird conflict.
Jonathan Bennett plays the love interest guy. I recognize him from a lot of shit, but I couldn't really put
I don't think he's
anything
been in
on it.
much.
I mean, he was in Cheaper by the Dozen too. I guess he played.
Straight to DVD.
That's also a really good movie.
Oh.
That
man.
one's not bad. That one's not
I
bad.
love that movie.
Is it better than the first one?
Finishing at such a rapid pace right now.
And then Amanda Seyfried
Yeah, her.
No.
is
She was in.
Mamma Mia.
yeah, Mamma Mia, Letters to Juliet,
Was she in
Les Miserables.
She's in whatever she wants to be in.
the
Man.
Mars? Victoria Mars. What the fuck's that?
I don't know.
Veronica Mars.
What's that movie? This is the blonde girl, right?
Yeah, she
Blonde
was
girl.
in
Okay,
Ted
what's that
2.
movie where that girl like she like hires who's the redhead who we see her boobs all the time? The older girl?
Oh, yeah. You talking about Sunshine Cleaners?
No, what's her name though? The actress.
Oh no, that's
older
Amy Adams.
redhead.
Yeah.
You see her nipples in every movie,
Every
even when she's not
movie,
in.
and
Oh,
she hosted
Julianne
Julianne Moore.
Okay.
Oh, that one.
Julianne Moore like hires her to try to like seduce her husband or whatever to see if he's cheating on her.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
It was
I didn't see it, but I
crazy.
remember the
It was
previous
really,
story.
really good. Yeah, and then she ends up being, of course, like psychotic.
Well,
Mhm.
and I used to watch that show Big Love, and she was on that show for a little while too, and I remember her being very good in that. Yes, and of course Veronica Mars, and she was on soap operas as a kid. So anyway, she's had quite the run, and she was born in 1985. Great year, fantastic year for me.
Yes, Casey in the back.
Can you plug my phone in your computer?
No. Casey, please exit stage left, where we'll meet you outside by the dumpsters. Casey, please exit the building by the dumpsters. We'll have a van waiting for you.
Where's a van by a dumpster? Sorry, I really am not being like millennial-y, but I keep trying to look up who y'all are talking about. It's usually kind of how I keep up, and I have no fucking
You have
clue.
no service. So that whole opening scene thing, I like missed the part where the parents are like talking to her before she goes to school or whatever. And then,
Yeah.
I was talking to Emma and Jack or something, and for the first time I think in the history of our relationship, Casey goes, "Did you get all that?" And I go, "No, what were they talking about?" "Well, it's important. Are you ready to watch?" And that's usually me to her. And so she backed it up. And so I hadn't even made it 30 seconds into the movie yet. So anyway,
He
I
goes,
paid attention.
"You do that all the time." I said, "I don't have to pay attention. You
Yeah,
do."
oh yeah, that's what she said. She goes, "Yeah, it's not my job to pay attention to this shit. It's yours." I sit over here and
I
make
said
drama.
these things when I didn't watch the movie sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So Tina Fey and Tim Meadows obviously have a great chemistry, and obviously, it's nice to see Tina Fey almost take her shirt off. I only had to go to a new school one time ever, and it was in the 2nd grade, and I went like the last month of school, and then by summer we had moved back home, and then I went to school with my friends for the rest of the time. But I was thinking about this, and you had to move around to schools all the time.
Yeah, like every 1 to 3 years.
And we've talked about this, though, about how you would kind of be like a nerd in one town,
Yeah.
and you'd move to the next town, and you'd be
Instantly popular.
like,
Kansas.
instantly popular.
It was instant. Like, no one would ever talk to me in the old school. Like, I had 2 friends, and no one would talk to me. I moved to the new school. I go to a party the first day I'm there. All the girls want to dance with me. I have a girlfriend instantly. I had my best friend was the other most popular guy. And it was crazy. It was
You wear like
it was
a skinny
insane.
tie? Was that the
Yeah, I wore a pink skinny tie.
well,
And they
let's
just
also-
loved it. And I was like, I don't even know where I got that. It's like, why did I even have a pink skinny tie?
Let's not tiptoe though around the fact that you can fucking dance.
It's true.
Like
I've seen
we've
it.
all seen you dance. Like you can fucking dance.
Well, I went to the school before that was sort of an all-black middle school.
Right.
So you either dance or got beat up.
Or you get killed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's like breakdance, right?
Yeah, breakdance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all rhythm. It's movement. It's, your
Right.
hips have to move.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Because
that's
the hips don't lie.
no. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Casey, you switch schools by choice?
And one time not. On 2nd grade, I moved to like the Louisville area,
Mm-hmm.
and that was fine. Except for I had a weird, super rednecky accent, so everybody made fun of me for that a little bit.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was easy. But what was weird about switching high schools was the high school I went to, I'd pretty much known everybody since 2nd grade. So like I wore a lot of black and stuff, but I was pretty much friends with everybody. So I never really got like made fun of. Nobody really brought any weird attention to things like that. I kind of just had a lot of friend groups. And when I transferred schools, like there was like a whole table of people at lunch that called me like Metal Zone, and they'd be like, "Hey, Slipknot, want to go to prom with me?" and shit like that. And I'm like, "What the fuck is that? Am I getting bullied right now? Like, who the fuck are you?" Like, I had no idea.
Slipknot.
Yeah. I ended up being friends with those people too later. But, like, it was really shitty.
High school for me was so easy. I mean, I was like,
That's the worst.
I was in band, and I was the fucking king of the band by sophomore year. And then, I was funny, and I was smart. So like, it was fucking easy. I never got picked on once, and now in junior high, yeah, because it was like the first time that I'd been fat. Because I didn't get fat till the 5th grade. Well, 5th grade and 6th grade, we all stayed in Cunningham. Everybody sort of acted like they didn't notice and shit. You know what I mean? It's like you guys, you know? Like, shit, no, you looked at, Rich always says, no, you've looked the same ever since I've met you. Well, no, actually, if you go back to the photos.
Well, I see you every week. So.
But yeah, so anyway, but high school was easy. But I can't imagine switching high schools, you know, because I think I probably would have got myself into some trouble. Now, we were driving with Ryan the other day, and Ryan, did you have to switch schools when you made the move over to here?
I moved 8th grade year, so I started 8th grade year.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
because you were going to the same school as my daughter, right?
I with her
Before.
friend.
With her friend? Oh, okay.
Hattie, yeah.
Yeah, Hattie.
Yeah, she was like my best friend. We were besties.
now, so
Then she spread a rumor about her that she was a lesbian.
What?
That didn't actually happen.
Oh.
That's a Mean Girls reference.
were you
Oh,
now?
nice.
So did you switch before 8th grade started?
Mhm.
Did you already know some people over here?
No,
Oh, okay.
it sucked.
So you went straight into one of the junior highs here in Prosper,
Yep,
not knowing anybody.
correct.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
It was.
That sounds awful.
It was not fun.
How long did it take you to sort of
I
garner
mean,
some favor? And
Not long, but I'm also not friends with any of those people now.
Oh,
I'm
really?
literally friends
Wasn't
with
long enough.
no one that I became friends with when I first moved here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not close to anybody that I mean, junior high anyway, you know? Like,
Close to like a handful still. But it was a small town, one high school town.
there you go.
All of us were forced together.
Yeah, so you went there your whole life.
Yeah,
That's-
basically.
I mean, I went to school with the same kids, but the schools got bigger every year. So, and we had 3 high schools, 4 actually in Wichita Falls. So, you know, by the time we got to junior high, I was telling Casey this the other day. It's like we kind of went. We were like all the new kids because everybody there had gone there in 6th grade and we didn't. And then basically, like they all came after our women. So, and then once they got their fingers in all of them,
Oh,
then
God.
we moved on to you know, and then you know we kind of all get new friend groups, and then 8th grade, you know, everybody started finding. Some people found drugs, and some people found music, and this. And we all spent, and then we go to high school, and then it's a new group or whatever. This is very very few people that I am still in touch with from like all aspects. Of
does
life.
junior high school ever end?
Uh,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
junior
got
high school
it.
fucking ends for
Okay.
sure.
I don't think I knew I had eyebrows then.
Yeah,
I
right.
did- Putting makeup in your eyebrows was news to me.
Yeah.
Like, let me
We all
just
just
tell
looked like we
you.
had like alopecia situation
Yeah.
here. It was like just bald blonde eyebrows and like jet black, like I like Marilyn Manson hair. It was fucked up.
That's exactly me in freshman year. I wore a really thick black eyeliner and then no eyebrows.
Yeah, same.
Wow.
Now, one thing that I thought was actually
How? You
was,
got YouTube. Like, how do you guys not know every little thing about
Listen,
everything?
It
Have
was.
that.
I didn't know you could put makeup on your neck. It was
Okay, that's a
everything.
game- that's a
was
game
news
changer.
to
Yeah.
Put
me.
makeup on your neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to blend out the color of your foundation so you're not. Too
Oh, that
That's
was the
like a
worst when
line.
you had that line across
Yeah,
the
I know what
chin.
you're talking about. That was
and
a,
of course.
that was an 80s thing.
Yeah,
Every
big
girl in
time.
That
high
carried
school
on.
in the 80s had
Everybody
that
in middle
line.
school gets the pink line.
Exactly. And
I
of
had to
course-
try to tell
yeah.
Emma one time. I was like, I pulled her and I was like, dude, I'm not letting you go out of the house with the pink line, like powder face thing. And she got like legitimately like mad at me for bringing it up. And then like a week later was like, so we're gonna go buy makeup or like what?
I'm gonna go get some of that neck makeup.
I should have probably just let it as a rite of passage, let her continue the whole year, get a good school picture with it, and then
Nice.
I just couldn't do it.
One of the good observations that I thought, though, early in this one was where she legitimately didn't know any of the rules. Like,
Yeah.
she would sit down in class and just be like, yeah, I was just going to go to the bathroom. Well, you need a hall pass. Well, can I get one? No. Sit down. And I remember this because my kids went to Montessori school. The older two went to Montessori school. Well, actually, now Everett goes. And it's such an unstructured environment there. Everything is sort of like work at your own pace. You choose what it is you're going to do for the day, these kind of things. Like, it's just, it's
But
very...
it's also freakishly organized at the same time. It's real weird.
But then they get to, like Emma got to kindergarten, and she was just like, there's too many rules. Like, you have to sit down when everybody else sits down, and you have to do the same thing. You got to go to the bathroom at the same time, and, all this. And I thought about that, but I couldn't even imagine, like, being that age, and walking into that situation and just being like, wait, why can't I have food in class again? Like, of course, now you can,
Right.
which is fucking bullshit.
Sometimes you can, not all the time.
Oh my god, it's
Really? What? Okay, so when can you? and when
Okay,
can you
so
not?
some teachers would, like, I had a teacher last year that would only let you eat fruit or vegetables in class. He would not let you eat anything with sugar. You could only drink water in his class.
yeah.
And it was like first period, so sometimes I would just walk in with Starbucks and he would make me throw it away.
Yeah.
Full venti hot chocolate.
Right.
Throw it away. It was horrible.
We couldn't even chew gum.
Yeah.
We couldn't
Yeah,
either.
us either.
No, me
We
either.
do that
Yeah,
because
same.
it keeps us quiet. So our teachers just kind of was like, whatever.
False. Gum is not quiet, and as somebody who is super sensitive to all noises in the history of the world, fuck gum chewing.
Jack,
It all needs to go away. Oprah said it best. Nobody even looks good doing it. Don't fucking do it.
Jack
She
would
didn't say,
leave
she didn't
here
say
with
fuck.
like
She's
a
Oprah.
with like a baggie of Cheerios, and he says he just gets to munch on it all day. Like, just like I want a handful, I just reach in there and get them. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
We
Like,
used to get.
I got detention for gum.
Yeah,
Right.
we used to, like, we had to be sneaky about it.
Yeah.
You'd have a bag of corn nuts in your pocket.
Mm.
You had
That's
to be
even
like,
worse.
Like Napoleon
Yeah.
Dynamite with the tater tots. And
yes.
Okay, tater tots,
Yes.
acceptable classroom snack. Whenever I used to get in trouble, like, and have to go to like in-school suspension, you have to go to the special room all day and have to do all your work.
ISS, been there.
They'd never send me my work, so I had to just sit there all day. But then, like the whole punishment was stupid, but I kind of learned my lesson because we all had to sit there in silence while everybody ate lunch. And those just like,
Oh.
I'm like, I fucking hate this place.
Now
Those
there is no way that anyone that looks like this goes into high school and has this bad of a day, ever.
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 It won't happen.
Nope.
It's impossible.
I remember this, and it was funny because it was a redhead with big boobs.
Yeah.
And it was her first day. I was in the office, and she was sitting down signing in because it was her first day at the school and everything. And I introduced myself, and I was like, holy shit. And fucking every guy in the world pounced on her right away.
At
Yeah,
the
but-
same time.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah. She's ready for the gangbang.
Yeah.
It's
She was
the high
instantly
school
popular.
gangbang.
Like, she was instantly popular. Like, all the popular girls jumped all over her. It was like, hey, come into our group. And then all the guys wanted to date her. And I was like, okay, I guess that's not going to happen.
A lot of the time, yeah, it's a different response whenever you're the pretty girl going into a school and how the other girls treat you.
Yeah.
They don't usually like want to be your friend.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I only went into a school as a pretty girl once, and it was like I was undercover. It was
The
back
same year
when-
as that cruise.
It was what?
The same year as that cruise, I said.
What cruise?
Where that guy called you princess the whole time.
Oh no, that was. Yeah. I think that was like.
Was that your perm stage?
Perm stage? Yeah, and I looked like a girl. And let me think about this for a second. My brother was.
It's my knapsack.
And the psychic told you how many babies you're gonna have.
Yeah, she would just like, you're gonna marry, your husband's gonna be a doctor, and you will have 3 babies. And I just sit there, just nodding or whatever. And my mom, I come out there, and my mom was just like, well, that, you know what, she was making a lot of sense. I'm like, bullshit. She thought I was a girl the whole time. Like, if she doesn't know the difference, what the fuck I am, like, how is she supposed to, anyway. But I did have 3 kids though. It's just that Casey's not a doctor, so
Yet.
Yeah, yet. Now, was the shop teacher the sex ed teacher in anybody's school? Like I'm the coach, because ours was a coach.
Yeah.
Ours,
It
she
was a
called me
coach.
Rianne.
Yeah.
That's a
not
stretch.
my name.
Not Rihanna.
It was a coach who also taught biology and sex ed.
Right.
Or no, health.
Gotcha.
Sex ed.
All of our
same.
coaches taught history.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Ours was a coach, and it was a chick, and she was super hot.
This
And
is shop or history?
I'm sorry, this was no. She taught health.
Oh.
Sorry, I fucked this up. Let me get back to what I was saying. She was a coach, but she taught health class and sex education, and she was super hot, and she was the head lifeguard at the swimming pool that we went to, and it was.
Did you pull a squint?
I did not pull a squints.
Oh,
She was somewhat older, you know.
Well, so was Wendy Peppercorn.
That's true.
That is very
They
true.
still got married and had like 9 kids.
L7.
Wait,
Yeah.
did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says at the end. Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I've never finished that line. I didn't know this.
He marries Wendy Peppercorn. You knew where this was going, right? Yeah. I mean,
Toaster Shoe.
now, you've seen this movie before, right?
Yeah, a bunch of times. Well, not a bunch of times, several times.
Yeah, I really didn't realize the impact that this one had over, that it was that popular during the generation.
I remember the first time I watched it going, wow, this movie kicked ass, and I did not expect it to kick this much ass. And then I found out Tina wrote it, and I was like, okay, that makes a little sense why it kicked so much ass. This time I watched it, it was okay. I mean, it didn't blow me away. I was like, I don't know what really I was.
Look at Ryan's face right now.
I know, I wasn't crazy about it. There were definitely moments, it was kind of cool. But a lot of I found it hard to do the clips for this, because a lot of it was just fucking teenage dribble, they're just, it's just.
It's all funny and worthless.
It was just nonsense talking kids,
No.
and I'm 45, so I mean that to me now is just.
Yeah, the first time we saw this, we weren't older and somewhat
Right.
cynical.
Right.
40s.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it was kind of fresh. You go back and revisit it, it's been done and done and done.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It's not near as engaging as
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really
Not your first
funny.
time though, right?
I as I watched last night, I thought I'd seen it before. I've probably seen it one other time, and I don't really recall.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed watching it last night. I thought it was really funny. There's 4 or 5 like full on laugh out loud moments, which is is good.
But you've had toaster strudels before, right?
Best things.
I've probably eaten one before. I know the kids have. I mean, I buy them. The children eat them, but
Oh, wow, they're amazing.
They're really
You
good.
can decorate with the icing.
Yeah,
you
you
can
do
make
the
a
icing.
smiley face.
My son
Oh,
used
yeah.
to steal the icing. He'd
They're
go
just
into the
down.
box.
Have you had
he'd
the
grab
frozen
all of the
icing?
icings and just take them, and then I'd go in there to do it,
Right.
and there'd be no fucking icing.
did you
I
ground
make
them?
icing.
Yes, I grounded him.
Yeah, you have to.
Fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah, like
Took
for
away
real.
all his shit,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
and he kept doing it.
Yeah.
Super easy to
That's
make.
what I'm working with.
You can also just buy it.
Well, but yeah, I really did. I really liked it a lot. I mean, you could tell Tina Fey wrote it because of just the smartness of a lot of it, and how it all worked. There's definitely a couple of parts where I'm like, why are we doing this? One part in particular, though, that was funny was I realized that two pop punk bands had spoofed this movie in their videos. One of them was Simple Plan, and their "I'm Just a Kid" video spoofed the getting hit by the bus.
Oh,
scene.
really?
And then let me see, who's the other one? Oh, Bowling for Soup.
I knew that was coming.
Spoofed the Pete in the gym falling off the
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
realize that's where it came
I didn't
from.
realize that's where it came from. Yeah, I had no
Whose
idea.
idea was
So
it?
we put this in a video.
That was the director's last minute idea. We had no idea that we were doing a spoof thing. We thought we were doing this kind of pretty original punk rock boot camp thing, that happens in a school and shit. So anyway, we saw that. I was just like, well, fuck yeah, we spoofed that. We do that in the Punk Rock 101 video, and it's like the whole thing where Chris falls on the director and squishes him.
So you brought this up earlier about how Rachel McAdams wasn't as good looking as the other three, and she's like the leader of the good looking girls.
Mm-hmm.
She actually it was supposed to be Lindsay Lohan was her partner,
Oh, interesting.
and then Amanda Seyfried was Lindsay Lohan's part.
Oh.
So I don't know if they were gonna if it was geared more towards the mean girl as the main part or something, because Lindsay Lohan was definitely more popular than Amanda Seyfried at the time. But anyway, but Lindsay didn't want to play that part because she was worried that it would affect her image as an actual mean girl in real life.
Right.
Lindsay Lohan worried about her image.
Yeah. Well,
I think they got it right. I think they did it perfect.
they did. I mean, but I can see though. I mean,
I would
makes-
have liked her to be someone else. Rachel McAdams is some other girl that was actually hot. I think she's pretty. I think she's a pretty girl, but
I think she did awesome.
Dude, I think she was great.
her acting was good.
Billy was good in that role.
And I see what you're saying.
that's
It
all I'm
does
saying.
seem that in the original script, it must have been geared more towards her, because the fact of the matter is that she does sort of get the last laugh,
Mhm.
and she fucking wins in the end. You know what I mean? She
Yeah.
this book of fucking lies gets blamed on Lindsay Lohan, and what all she gets out of it is a broken neck.
Yeah, that's it.
Fine.
I mean, it's fine. Okay,
And
it's
sympathy.
fine. It's fine. But she gets a boyfriend that calls her hun all the time and shit. Who doesn't want that?
Me.
Oh. Where did you sit? Oh, did we talk about where everybody sat? I didn't go to lunch.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I stood in the hall. We had vending machines.
You just stood there?
And so, we had there was just a vending machine area, and you could just stand there.
And actually, in high school, I didn't sit in the cafeteria. That's true. Well, we had a food court outside, and there were tables out there, and we would bring our own lunch and eat out there in groups.
Yeah.
Similar to that, but you want to analyze the group? I have them all listed.
Sophomore year, though. By sophomore year, I had friends with cars, and we left every day, even though we weren't supposed
That
to.
was my sophomore year. Junior and senior year, we left every day too. We always went somewhere, food court in the mall or something, so I could fight people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All right, you want me to go over the list of all the people they listed?
Sure.
All right, they had freshmen, which were 2 tables in the little map that she drew.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch the ROTC? Do you know what that was?
No.
ROTC.
ROTC.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. Reserve Officers Training Corps.
Wow, nice.
Preps. We had preps.
You know what that is?
Did you guys had you had ROTC in your?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Mhm.
JV jocks.
Mhm.
That was actually a thing.
Yep.
They did not hang out very much with the regular jocks. Asian nerds, we did not have Asian
We
nerds.
didn't have those.
We did.
We had like one.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we had
we
like
have
one or
one.
two, so they just hung out with normal
We
groups.
I went to a really
Assimilated.
big school.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I guess we had Asian, and some of the Asian people hung out with one another,
Mhm.
but I don't know that it
I would say like Asian smart kids, but I don't think I would consider them like nerdy.
Same, yeah, same thing.
And then they had cool Asians,
Yeah,
which we definitely didn't have.
we definitely had
We
that.
have
We did,
cool
yeah.
Asians.
And then varsity jocks, unfriendly black hotties.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we
Yeah.
I don't think we had
those.
that.
Oh,
We
no,
did.
no, actually, no.
No, we didn't have that.
Mhm.
100%.
I must note that in the drawing, it just said black on the table,
Right.
and then it looked like it was an afterthought. Afterwards, they wrote unfriendly and hotties.
Right.
After
Because they
it.
just didn't want to put the black people at one table.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then girls who eat their feelings. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Is it, you
Terminology.
Can't say fat girls.
Well, it said it on the map. It literally said fat girls.
Okay.
Girls who don't eat anything.
Right. Okay.
Which I would think that would be the plastics, but
That's what I would
Oh,
think too.
was that who they were talking about? No,
No.
that was
No.
the worst. So desperate wannabes, definitely had that. Burnouts, we definitely had that. We called them.
We called them. We called them.
Yeah, we just said
Well, we called them
They
stoners,
called
but
them stoners.
there was we had a church.
My brother
an old
used to call
abandoned
them-
church across the street, and they would go across the street to
Behind
smoke.
that and smoke, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they just had to be. They couldn't be on school grounds, so they just had to be on the other side of the street, and there was a church. They would just
We
lean
had
up against the
virtually
church.
the same thing. You had to get off school grounds.
Same. There was a swimming pool across the street, and they would all go over there. But and they would call them stoners, but just a few years before that, they were called freaks.
Freaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we had two different groups. There were freaks and stoners.
Okay.
And the freaks were like
Yeah,
the
they're-
like the new wave kids.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Back in the
we.
80s.
Yeah, what were they called? I guess they were already called goth. Is that the thing?
Goth was,
Yeah.
I think, after me.
So
Like
we
after
had
my high
we
school
had
years.
skaters, goth, and then we had kickers.
Yeah, we
Kickers are
had
the people
kickers.
that dress up
Yeah,
like
we had
cowboys.
kickers. Yeah.
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 Kickers were usually friends with everybody. That they were in their other groups too, but they were also
Like
kickers.
cross-pollinated
Yeah.
really well.
Well, we had FFA, so the FFA guys stuck together. So that's Future Farmers of
Yeah,
America.
we had that
Oh
too.
yeah, they
Yeah.
all.
They all had the
It's like
blue
a cult.
jackets.
Yeah.
Flower Mound though,
It's
it was like
legit.
any of like the like cowboy dudes were like the douchiest rich kids that have never been
Oh
around
my
any type of like
God.
farm animal that just like
Oh,
had their dad's fucking like
Yes.
$90,000 fucking truck and they just put like a traffic cone in the back and they were like, woohoo,
no.
yeehaw.
We
That's
had
what
like
fucking
actual
sucked.
Yeah,
cowboys.
we had actual FFA guys.
We had a
Raising
rodeo
cattle.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they raised cattle and shit like that. Now we actually had
John's from Greenville, right?
Yeah, Greenville.
we had the prep kids, but then we had the rich kids, and they were just called country club kids.
They were preps.
Yeah,
Like all
preps
that
could
whole
be-
class
yeah,
was preps.
Preps, but not all the preps were rich,
True.
and not all the rich kids were preps. But there were the country club kids, and they were the ones that had like the fucking brand new Corvette at 16 and shit, which was just
So
like, what the
annoying.
fuck?
I think I was obviously, I wasn't a jock because I didn't play football, so I played soccer. So we were kind of the redheaded stepchild of all the sports. And then I was kind of a prep, so I was a little bit, and
I
I
had
get,
long hair in high school, so I was like,
Me too.
Like, but it's funny though, because there were like the long-haired guys that were like the metal guys, and
Yeah.
the long-haired guys that were the thugs.
Right.
Two classes of metal guys. So I
Same.
wasn't like the metal guy.
We were just called rockers.
Yeah.
you were a thug?
Yeah.
No,
No,
there
we-
was like there were long-haired guys, and they were broken into two subsections.
Yeah.
Of rockers or metalheads,
Yeah.
and then thugs.
And they all blended in. You either sort of like you had friends that were freaks and freak friends that were stoners, but just because you were a rocker didn't mean that you went over and smoked at the thing or
Right.
you know whatever.
Did people constantly ask you like, what are you? Because that is weird. That's a thing. That happened to me my whole.
You pretty
Right.
much just got categorized.
Yeah,
You know.
no one
I
Like,
mean,
what are you, emo? What are you,
And to-
goth?
and
What
to
are
me-
you,
Nobody ever
punk?
asked.
I'm like, what the fuck?
We
I
had a
don't know.
lot of mixing in
to
ours.
be honest, all I had was Ozzy and Queensryche t-shirts, so it was pretty obvious where I fit.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Maiden shirts. Had a jean jacket with a Metallica back patch.
I
on it.
can show
That
you.
was the
I
coolest
have
thing
the
ever.
exact
Yeah.
same one. I had the Kill 'Em All.
I had the Master of Puppets.
Okay,
So, yeah.
and mine, but my grandmother sewed leather sleeves on it and put the jean jacket cuff on there. Oh my god, it's sweet. I still have it.
That's awesome.
I still have it. I'll show it to you.
But
It's
like
fucking
Rich,
amazing.
to your point, real quick, everyone, like when you go to like a kegger or field
Yeah.
party, everyone just hung out together.
Yeah.
At the parties, so the cliques sort of dissolved.
Yeah.
When there was a big party.
It was always music driven, man. With me. I mean, again, I went to high school from '86 to '90, and you hung out with the people that listened to the same kind of music as you did.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was it, or that played the same sport. You know.
I didn't because
I don't.
I listened to.
No, I don't think that's a thing anymore.
It
But-
kind of is. Like, I don't. I'm friends with the coolest people you ever meet. That's definitely my group. But I'm also friends with a lot of stoners.
Yeah.
But I'm not one myself. Let's get that.
Okay, let's put that out.
Yes, Ryan's
Hear that,
family
hear that,
that is
Gary?
listening.
Everyone says I am.
So the last one was Sexually Active Band Geeks,
Yeah.
where they're all making out on the table.
Jared up.
That one is 100% a thing.
That's
On
real.
the
I was a
map,
band, too.
it said asexual band geeks.
No.
I'm just saying, but that's what it said. So
Dude,
they like changed it for the
Was the
video
A for
part.
like actively?
Yeah, you fought for the back of the bus on band trips.
Yeah, you
'cause
did.
it was,
Because band trips are all co-ed.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
co-ed.
it was
I mean,
awesome.
people are changing clothes on there and shit. It's
Yes.
it's wild.
I was in marching band, too. I
Yeah,
did
me
that,
too. All 4 years, man. It was crazy. I mean, and then we'd take a trip to Colorado, and I mean, like, we had a curtain that we would hang back in the back, like the last 3 rows, and I mean, it
They
was just
let you do that?
fuck. It was
That's
crazy.
where all of the older kids are getting action, band
Yeah,
action in the
totally.
back of the bus.
A
We
lot
had
of
a friend
stuff.
whose garage was kind of like that. You didn't have to be like participate in anything.
My friend actually impregnated a girl on the band bus. True story.
Good for him.
That happened.
Good
Yeah.
job.
How's he doing? You
well,
know what?
it-
He's done paying child support by now.
Well, yeah, because
True.
he's dead.
Oh,
Oh.
all right. Sorry. What?
Yeah. You know
How
what
would
I-
anyone know if
Do
she's
you
right?
guys still have dreams about school?
No.
Yes,
I may
all the
sometimes.
time.
I mean, I swear to God, at least 4 nights a week. It's like a test I didn't study for,
Yeah.
or it's the end of the year and I haven't gone to a class at all.
It's been about 10 years, but I used to have those all the time. Like, I couldn't find my locker. I didn't know my locker
Yeah,
combination.
yeah.
I'd come into class, and I was like, I never have done my homework. I had all those, like, constantly, but I haven't had them in a while.
No, man.
I had a dream.
See, that's my real life.
Oh.
That's my real life. So, you guys suck.
You know those guys that somehow passed but were never in
Showed
class?
up to class?
Yeah, I was one of those.
Annoying. I
Yeah.
hate
Like I never shot. Yeah, I didn't sweat that at all. I was way too
That
high in
never-
high school to show up to class.
It never
But
pissed
I
me
passed.
off. Never pissed me off until college. Like in college, where the dudes who their dads were like paying for their school, and they would fucking come to school sometimes, and then they wouldn't give a shit that they were failing and stuff. It fucking drove me crazy.
But it wasn't even those people, the ones that didn't care they were failing. There was like one of my best friends, Stephen Prosco, slept through our entire astronomy class, fucking head down from the time the bell rang until it rang again, and would kick my ass on every fucking test. Like
That's the
I'm like,
worst.
how do you even?
That's you?
Pretty much.
You're literally the worst type of
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
I was gonna ask you how you turned it around, but apparently you just didn't need to turn around. You just
No, I just passed, but I didn't go to many classes. Seriously, it's a long, long story. And that's later, but yeah, no,
Mine
I was one
wasn't
of those
long. Mine
guys
was like
like
a Taco Bell.
I had a biology class my sophomore year. I went the first day and the last day.
No,
I'm
That would
serious.
stress me out.
That's the
so
type of
much.
dreams. Those are the dreams I have nightmares. Like those that
I
I
do
really
the
have
same thing.
is that there's been a class like forever and I didn't go to it.
yeah.
Or
I
one of
got it.
them, I show up on the first day and they're like, okay, everybody, this is all the homework that's due. And I'm like, what the fuck? It just started. Then I don't have a book.
I got a car and all bets were off. I lost my mind in high school. I was like hardly ever in school.
How, they don't. You can't be absent that many times.
You really can.
Yeah,
You can now.
I
There's
don't know
no-
about now. I'm talking. This is a long time ago, but yeah, you can. And
There's no truancy law anymore. You fucking
What?
do whatever the
Well,
fuck you
there's
want.
not, but they will tell your parents.
Yeah.
I missed school so
Wow.
many times. My mom was like, man, I didn't know you were sick that much, you know, which I'm like, I know, it's crazy. And then she goes up there, or she calls them, and they said, okay, she just has to go after school for however many days to make up her hours and get it signed off, and then that'll make up for it so she doesn't get in trouble for truancy. one of my friends is in like a shitty kid class, who like the class where like the kids can't stop throwing like desks at their teacher and shit. And that teacher used to like go smoke pot with them all after school and stuff. And she fucking signed off on every single one of mine. I never had to do it.
That's crazy,
I
man.
When I was in
wish.
oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. That's all.
Okay.
No, I could never miss
So,
that much. There's no way
I was
could
in
miss
high
that
school and
much.
I was in theater freshman year, but it was just sounds and like lights and sound. Never did any acting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was all just production stuff.
Oh,
My
weird.
sophomore year, I got a key to the auditorium. I had that my sophomore, junior, and senior year, and it was a big auditorium with a catwalk.
So you could just smoke pot all day.
Yes.
Where'd you get the money for the pot, John?
We're not gonna get into that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and no, me like every lunch, basically sophomore year on, every lunch we'd grab some food and a bunch of us would go up to the catwalk and just get completely fucking ripped, hang out on the catwalk for like 3 classes.
Did you ever skip school, Rich? You don't seem like you would have.
No, I mean, I skipped school, but it was an event. It was like Christmas.
No, I'm saying
I
that
s-
you didn't like just like
It
not
was
go to
a-
school and your parents didn't know and you like, any of that stuff.
No, I that's what I'm saying. I did it maybe once or twice. It was like
Oh.
Christmas.
It was like
Nowadays,
Tuesday.
you miss school, like it doesn't matter. Our kids can be homesick. We could have called and left them a note. We're gonna get an automated voicemail that says your kid wasn't here and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, voicemail, email, everything.
All of it.
Yeah.
I used
Really?
to go to the bathroom, take this girl named Kristen's cell phone, call the nurse's office, and say, "Hey, Casey has a doctor's appointment. She's gonna go ahead and need to leave." And then go back to my classroom and just wait for the little fucking pink slip to show up, and then I just get to take it out.
I could only skip the first day of class because they didn't do attendance on that day for some silly reason. And then there was a senior skip day where we just
Yeah, we had that.
Or there was some test for the there was a test for your aptitude for serving in the military.
Oh, I took that.
It doesn't count or it's not mandatory or something, so we skipped that too. That
We
was
had
3 days. That's
We had this thing called Senior Skip Day.
Yeah.
And it was essentially a day where all the seniors would get together and tell everybody they were going to skip.
And then nobody did.
So I fucking went to school on that day because that was the day that they would give you like some crazy 3-question test that was like 100 points of extra credit or whatever because you fucking showed up, and then I'd skip the next day. You know, like, and all you fuckers get back.
Oh, they used to do the threats. I don't think I skipped on senior skip
Jared.
day. They would say like, anybody that misses is gonna get this and this and
Yeah,
this.
we
And
don't
I
have
don't think
that.
they ever actually did it.
Jared, I think you missed the point. They skipped and went and had a bunch of fun together.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I had fun all the time. I don't have to have fun on somebody
I
else's
skipped fun
watch.
stuff. My mom let me skip on like Six Flags Day. I'd be like, fuck roller coasters. Like she just
Yeah.
let me.
Yeah, I mean,
there's easy stuff like that.
yeah, Emma didn't want to go to the natives, whatever the water park is that they went to this year.
Hawaiian Falls.
And she was just like,
She's
I just want to go to the mall with my friends. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you can go to the mall with your friends. You don't got to go to the water park. I'd actually rather you not go to the water park for obvious reasons.
What are those?
Boys.
I know.
Well,
A
there's
bacteria.
You totally can't, like, fucking call somebody a dyke now. Like, you gotta, like,
Can't?
no. Like, it's just, everybody just comes out now. It's like a thing.
Oh yeah, it's like I already said that earlier today.
What do you
They're
mean?
like, no, I'm just. It's like you're saying, you're saying
Okay.
something obvious.
Yeah.
They're just saying, yeah, I called myself a dyke
Right.
earlier today. What are you
Yeah,
talking
it's
about?
no longer an insult.
No, it's
They just, people come out.
Yeah.
it's really not a big deal.
Yeah, not that it was a big deal then. Anyway, he's a shit.
It was kind of a big deal then. There was a couple gay people in our high school, and
It was a big
it was
deal.
brutal.
It shouldn't have been. But
It was
a big deal
brutal
back
for them. I feel really
It
bad.
wasn't a big deal
Yeah.
in my school.
It was definitely
It's a-
brutal.
That's a generational thing.
Yeah, and that's not what I meant. But yes, you're right. I mean, there was like gay dudes that, I mean, people wouldn't come out.
I mean, it's hard
Yeah.
at my
Because-
school.
Yeah.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because this is like the douchiest town of all time.
Yeah.
It's just full of fucking asshole children.
Like one of my best friends ever, like, isn't out except to me. because he's terrified.
Well, you just outed him. Good
Good
job.
I didn't say his name.
Well, it's one of your best
How
friends
many
ever.
dude best friends ever do you have?
Actually, I'm not friends with a lot of girls, so.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's a miserable thing. It sucks. People can't just be people, you know. But
I feel like all the gay guys were like cool at our school. Like everybody loved them.
You know, it's like when I was in high school, so there was like the metalhead clique, right?
mm-hmm.
And the most, like the people the girls that we hung out with
Mhm.
were like the new wave girls. They listened to The Cure. and
Mhm.
all
Yeah,
this other
same.
stuff, right?
Yep.
And then their best friends
They
were
were
the
all
gay
they were the
dudes.
gay dudes. Yeah.
So you'd have parties at people's houses. It'd be all the metalhead guys, the new wave girls,
Yeah.
and the gay dudes.
And
everyone knew they're gay, and no one cared.
No, nobody
And
cared.
No one talked about it.
To us,
But
it was
you did.
the kickers that didn't like the gay dudes,
Yeah.
and you know.
I'm gonna be honest. That was me. That is me. I listen to like that music that no one else listens to, and all my friends are gay. It's great. It's a great life.
Yeah, I guess.
Now you
maybe
just outed
my-
all of your
All
friends.
of your
All of
friends.
your
Every
friends.
single one
Good.
of your friends.
I guess maybe I just shouldn't hang out
Wow.
with. Now that I think about it, I said that they didn't have a hard time. I don't fucking know that. If anybody I know is listening and they did, I mean, I don't know. But I guess I just didn't hang out with fucking assholes, so I guess I didn't witness it a lot in like a
Mhm.
big school. But from what I remember, like none of my friends really got like picked on. Everyone's like, cool, that dude's him fucking self, you know? That's cool.
Mhm.
Everyone else didn't know
I
who
think
they
it's
were.
generational.
We just played this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're just even done talking about it.
Okay.
So we have absolutely
We'll
had
try to
this-
keep it going.
we absolutely
When
had,
it gets into a lull, I'm fucking going.
we absolutely had these burn books in middle school. So we would write, there would be people's names, and we'd write what we thought about them, but it was public. It wasn't a secret or anything. So and you put your name on what you wrote, you sign it. So when you say things about other
Why would
people,
you put your name on that?
it was just what we did.
I
So
don't know.
it was almost like a yearbook kind of thing.
Mhm.
You know, where you sign someone's yearbook. It was kind of like that, except sometimes it did get a little catty, and they would say, well, so-and-so is blah, 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 and they would get in trouble for it if it got around. But you kind of keep the book in your circle of friends, but sometimes it got out and got to a teacher and everything, and
I
people
think
got in
we
trouble.
had that, but because of this movie, we had that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But. that's
Well,
all.
this movie was because of us.
I'm a grown-ass woman, and I had a group text at work, and we got accused of it being a burn book. I'm like, I am fucking 30. Like, I don't need to burn anybody in a
He wants some.
text form.
I don't know, just anything was fine. Sorry, Case. Be your precedent.
What's in there?
That's fine.
Bud, 7-Up, Deep Ellum, is that Deep Ellum IPA?
No, I'm good.
How old is this thing?
Oh, now they're refrigerated.
All right.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, I don't want any part of that. That's some kind of Russian shit.
Hey, remember when Amy Poehler could pull someone that looked like Will Arnett, and now she's looks like Amy what's her name?
Looks like
Leslie.
Amy Poehler.
She looks like Leslie
Leslie
Knope.
Knope.
I love Amy Poehler.
I don't know. I don't think Leslie Poehler looks. Amy Poehler looks bad at all.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Compared
like,
to, she looked
current-
hot in this movie though. Like she
current
was
Amy Poehler
smoking.
is not hot. Like, oh, but she's in the little running suit.
You're not on-
Wait.
I always
I know.
thought she was really pretty in Baby Mama. Did you ever watch Baby Mama?
No.
I always
Yeah.
thought she was really pretty.
Saturday Night Live, her hair was always real, just wacky. Like it just didn't work. But you know,
She was killing me in this movie. I think she had
She's
the
amazing.
funniest parts in this movie when she's being that mom,
Totally.
air quotes on that mom. Well, I don't know if she's the cool mom.
That's
Well,
what she-
she's
that's what she
pretending
said.
she's trying to be the cool mom.
Yeah, she said that. I'm a
She's
cool mom.
self-proclaimed
Yeah.
cool mom.
But yeah, it's just more of a I trying to live the glory days through my daughter kind of thing.
yeah. This is a genius observation, by the way. It's like
Yeah.
I'm a bumblebee, and it's just basically like
Lingerie with
Yeah.
wings.
absolutely. It's a pretty amazing, absolutely amazing observation. Now, I believe it's time for one of our features here. And I'm pretty excited that this is back sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you're excited. Sometimes you're not so excited.
No, well, sometimes it's here and sometimes it's there.
Well,
not
ever
there.
since we've gotten a theme song, I've made a point to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lindsay Lohan. We're doing Lindsay Lohan today.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, hair 10, eyes a 10, nose a 10, mouth a 10, overall face a 10. Am I right? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yeah. Arms, we start sliding down. 7, still good. Boobs 11. I mean, those boobs are fucking killer. Waist 6.5. She kind of has boy hips a little bit. And then ass is a 7. It looked good in this movie. I did see some internet pictures with her older, and it is not well kept. Legs 6. Overall body is a solid 9 in this movie. Now we all know today, not so much. That gives us a total of 8.4 in this movie. Today she gets about a 3.
Really? I don't even know what she looks like.
Oh, she is
It's rough.
woof.
Yeah?
It's like
It's
maybe with a
pretty
wig.
bad.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's-
it's not a good look.
It's
that
not.
Sucks, man.
She
Again,
is getting better though. She is doing a movie soon. I think I saw some.
It really wouldn't take much. Stop doing plastic surgery and just, do the Hollywood get in shape kind of thing. It's not that fucking hard. All you do
she's
is
off the
fucking do
drugs.
that.
That's the point of no return.
Maybe
I
not.
think she's gone too far.
yeah.
Maybe. Well, you're talking about on their face?
Yeah.
If she just stops.
I bet she's got some crazy fucking labias. I mean, just like fucking
Wear them like chaps.
mud flaps, like fucking look like you're going through the car wash. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yes.
seriously.
Just like swoosh back
Yeah.
and forth.
It probably looks like one of those, those chairs they sell now. You you take it to the beach and you fill it up with air really fast. It looks like an aired up canoe. That's probably what it looks like.
So I did the other two hotties in this movie as well. Lacey and,
Oh, wait, hold
and
on.
Amanda. Okay. Wayne Bullard says she looks like the old prostitute from Futurama. The other two hotties literally got straight 10s down the line.
Yes.
And so they're stupid hot.
Really?
Yeah,
Agreed.
just straight
Oh, God,
10s.
yeah.
Yeah. The one girl with the big hair didn't look.
Lacey?
Lacey?
I didn't think she looked that good until her hair wasn't like that anymore. And then I was like, oh, well, that makes a lot of
Well,
sense.
she's 10 years older than the other girls in this movie.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
considerably older than the rest of the girls.
Are you talking about
Lacey?
Lacey's older? And so was Rachel McAdams was 10 years older than Lindsay Lohan as well. Also, Rachel McAdams is wearing a wig. I'm sure that was obvious to you guys, right?
That's what bothered me about her. was
Yeah,
her
the
hair.
the
blonde
fucking hair
hair
was horrible.
It, just, it looked wispy and...
It just
It
looked,
looked fake. It looked like
a lot
straw.
of hairspray.
It looked like a
It
straw.
looked like that.
It wasn't good
No.
at all. Now, one of the things that I hate about teen movies or whatever is like sometimes when they try to do the gossipy shit, and so when the party happens and she and the head chick, what's her name, Rachel McAdams, Regina, goes up to the boy and it's that what's her face is a stalker and all this. They've already dated. He would know that she's full of shit.
Right, yeah.
So that, I would have thought that there would have been a better way. I mean, obviously you've got to take liberties in movies because it's time is a factor.
Sure,
but
sure.
I'm just like, he would have been sitting there listening to her the whole time going, this
I
is
know
all-
you.
Yeah,
You're full
a
of shit.
fucking-
You're
you
a
lie
bitch.
all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
basically
agree.
what you're trying to tell me is she's awesome.
By the way, you know why he got that job?
No.
He looks like Jimmy Fallon, Tina Fey said. That's why he
I
got
read
the
that,
job.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
No, well, that's what she said.
Well, it's wrong.
Okay. All right.
So that's why I was like, why? He got the job because he looks like Jimmy Fallon.
Right.
Why does that matter to marry Tina Fey if she doesn't have some kind of a thing for Jimmy Fallon and the way he looks?
Well, they
I
did.
mean, it's got a very close friendship. or
Yeah,
that.
and they were doing the news together and stuff, and you know.
Did you put quotes up when you said that? Doing the news?
I try not to do that.
Oh, okay.
We were watching this show called Four Weddings today. You ever seen this fucking
I
show?
love that
It's
show.
the fucking
I
best
saw
show.
one.
It's the best fucking show
Oh.
ever. And I mean, it is awesome.
Didn't say ever.
And this lady,
No,
this
ever.
lady would everything she would say, she would just go hashtag, and she would like make this sign like with her.
Ew.
So those of you who are listening, basically, essentially make two peace signs and then put them together so that they make like a hashtag sign.
Or watch
And-
Jimmy Fallon and
Justin
Justin
Timberlake.
Timberlake on Jimmy Fallon.
Hashtag. You ever saw that?
Oh,
one?
they
It's
do
a whole
that.
skit. It was like they were
Okay,
just the
well,
whole time.
look,
Hashtag.
Okay, apparently I'm not in the know. Anyway, the next person that does that in front of me gets the fucking shit kicked out of their nuts. And if they don't have nuts, I hope my foot reaches their ovaries for sure. Because I'm gonna try. I'm gonna start wearing pointy shoes.
Uh-huh.
You know, all
Kickers.
that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna start wearing some kickers. One little interesting thing, I wanted to give a shout out to a band called Punchline. Now, Punchline has our friend Chris Fafula. God, his name's hard to remember, hard to say.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The guy with the phone calls, the animated phone
Yes.
calls. Yeah.
Yeah, Fafolius. Anyway, he's in the band Punchline. He's the
Chris
the,
P.
Chris F.
Oh, is it F?
Yeah, and
Okay.
he
What's that?
animated the "Don't Be a Dick" video for Bowling for Soup. Anyway, Punchline.
Oh, he did that?
Yeah.
So he does his own animation for his stuff too?
Yeah, and for like Weezer and all kinds of shit.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, this guy that they had this album. It was called 37 Everywhere, and they like started like telling us about this. You know how if you start paying attention, you will start seeing the fucking number 37 everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the weirdest phenomenon. As I explain it to you right now, there is a very good chance you will start seeing it. This guy's but his Halloween costume, he was number 37, and that's what brought it to my attention. But like, it's the craziest shit. It's like you'll start seeing like in movies, like they'll walk up to a hotel room and it'll be 37, and it's not as much in here. Are you guys actually looking around and trying to see?
Everyone in this room,
I just
as
Yeah.
we were talking, we're all going, I'm
No,
trying to find
No,
it.
you'll see it you'll just see it out on the street. Like it's just crazy. And like you'll drive by a truck and it'll just be number
It's just a
37.
good random number.
So I think there's a clinical term for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Herpes.
No, it's I don't know the name of it, but it's when you are focused on some specific thing, you start seeing that thing, and you think it's not a coincidence, but it is a coincidence.
Right.
It's just that you're focused on it. So your brain basically
Looking for it.
stops. Your brain doesn't consume every bit of information that it sees because it's just too much information. So it filters out all the crap that you don't care about. But when you tell your brain, I care about the number 37, your brain starts going, okay, there's a 37, there's a 37, there's a 37.
Right.
But if you I think you could do that to any number because...
I did that. I tried to explain it to Emma because she was saying that, like, it's so weird. I swear, every day I look at my phone and it's 7:13 or something.
Exactly.
Every time I do it, every single day, I look down and it's 7:13. Like, what does that mean? And then she's like, it used to be this number, but now it's always 7:13.
Right. So the
I was trying to
Russian's
explain
superstitious. So she sees 777 everywhere. And we'll be driving down the road, and every license plate that has 777
Big
in.
striper thing.
So she's like 777, 777. Well, it's superstitious, and 777 is lucky. And then she also sees 1111 on the clock all the time, and
Oh,
she'll text
I
me
wish.
1111 all the time.
Just
And
make
so
a
she
wish.
just sees that all the time.
Right. So it was just that time that it's you pay attention to it. When
I'm
you
basically
see
telling you that's bullshit.
it. Right. What's bullshit again?
37.
Oh no. I don't think that they think it's a thing. I think that they just think that they see the number 37 all
Yeah,
the time.
I'm sure they do, yeah.
Anyway, I'll tell you what's not bullshit. Their album 37 Everywhere. Go check it out. That album by Punchline is awesome, and they have a new album out right now too. And Chris is a big fan of this show, so we'll give him a shout out. And I'm sorry for fucking up your last name.
Hey, go check out his videos. I wonder if I can tell if it's raining if I feel on her breast.
If you feel on her breast, I bet you could.
I bet I could.
Test that theory.
Yeah. There is a thing about this. There was like a study, and they studied like a bunch of people, and that these guys would like go up, and what they found is a lot of people would like want to touch girls' boobs when it was raining. So what I'm saying is that's bullshit. So anyway, you can just fucking lose that whole thing. So here's the funny thing. I was talking about Diane Small. A new episode of the Jaret Show podcast is out now. By the way, everybody go check that out. Yes, it's the last episode of the Jaret Show podcast. We will be switching formats, and it will be called Jaret Nation
I didn't know that?
from now on. I did it kind of in a hurry. No, because that's why. You've been busy. I don't know. Why didn't I know we weren't on Facebook today? I mean, what's going on with us now? Anyway, so I was playing some bands that had paid to be on the podcast to support our Pledge Music campaign. They had given us a little bit of money towards the record, and then I played a song and talked about it. Anyway, Diane Small, one of our supporters, her son was submitted, and I was playing his song. And as I was playing it and talking about her and her husband Frank, she texted me, and I was just like, oh man, that's fucking crazy. I was just talking about you. And she goes, I must have ESPN. I didn't know what that was from. And then literally that night, we watched this movie, and I was like, holy shit, that's a thing from this movie. So I really like this. It's a bunch of things just coming to fruition for me.
Yeah.
You know.
That happens a lot to me.
Yeah.
I'll hear a word that I've never heard before, and then I'll hear it.
You hear it
5 other times,
all
right?
the time.
And that's the same thing.
Because your brain's focused on it.
It is exactly what that is. That is exactly what
So
it
basically
is.
we're saying that's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
All of that shit is bullshit. I was asking Casey if they used to do this, because we did used to do the thing where we would do the 2-way call thing and have somebody listening in on the other.
Definitely.
And they were supposed to be quiet, and they could never make it through the whole conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how you caught your boyfriend cheating on you. That's how you did it.
Yeah.
Call her. Put me on 3-way.
Right.
Right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were always cheating on you, by the way. Every time.
Every fucking time.
Mm.
You ever heard of this thing called Orange Gina?
No.
No? Okay. It's like a French orange soda drink, kind of, but it's more juicy than soda-y. It's like it's almost like sparkling orange juice. It's excellent.
Is it not as unhealthy as soda?
I think it's still, well, any juice is unhealthy, so I don't think you're getting away from that.
Why did you think of that?
Regina.
Okay.
Orange Gina.
I thought that was random.
Right. Like every time you say Regina, I just think damn Gina. You know.
From Martin.
From Martin.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence.
I used to love that show.
Damn Gina. I just love that. It just kept going and going and going.
I just love that I'm on an all-carb diet. Like, even her
Right.
at school.
Right.
Yeah, you could have kept talking.
Okay, sorry. No, that's the only scene that actually stuck with me the entire time since I watched that movie in 2004. Is the protein bars make you gain weight thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always been like gospel to me. And I stayed away from protein bars.
But this isn't like any protein bar. This is like a meal
I understand.
replacement.
But that's not what stuck with me. It stuck with me that she was eating a protein bar and it made her gain weight. And so I'd always, and I kind of still think it's the protein bar is bullshit.
I used to eat that. I had a trainer and she would be like, okay, just log your food for a week and I'll see what you're eating and then I'll check it, make sure everything's good. I'm like, okay. So she was like, don't eat those protein bars. You might as well be eating the Snickers.
Exactly.
So then I went back the next week and she was like, I did not mean actually just eat a fucking
How about when your brother got you drinking the
shit,
the smoothies?
I might have told that on here before.
Yeah, that's fine.
I went
to somebody.
So my brother's always like, he always had like issues gaining weight because his life's sad, right? He could never bulk up. And my mom would be like, hey, Casey, why don't you go to the gym with him? You know, just for fun or something. And so I'd, like, follow him there. I'm, like, 10, right? I'm like, okay, I can walk around the swimming pool, stand on the treadmill, see myself in the mirror, look like an asshole, get off the treadmill, like, just, while he's over there trying to lift weights and stuff. And they had a Smoothie King in the gym, and so he'd go get a smoothie before he worked out, and I'd go get a smoothie, you know, before I worked out.
Right, sure.
Sort of. And I don't know, I got the same one he did every single time, and it was, like, really good, and, we'd go at night, and then, like, years later, I went to a Smoothie King, and then, like, it just kind of clicked in my head what I used to order, and it was called the Hulk.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And it was just weight gain supplement, weight gain supplement, weight gain supplement.
It's like a 900 calories.
It's more than that. It's like 2,000 calories or something.
Wow.
And I was drinking that, like, before bed at, like, 7 o'clock at night, 10 years old, and I'm like, I don't know, Mom, I swear, I'm, like, walking.
Smoothie King is my meth. I'm in there like 4 or 5 times a week.
I don't like
Hulk, though.
I don't like
It
doing
was chocolate and delicious.
I don't like
know.
drinking anything that has calories in it because it feels like a waste of calories. I could be eating something. I could be eating a steak or something for those calories as opposed to drinking something that has calories. That's not going to fill me up.
In the morning because I don't like eating in the morning.
Oh, you can
and
change
I'm okay
that.
with like getting some, like you're supposed to get some food in there and it's a protein and I can like drink that and be happy.
I don't want breakfast, but I'll have like a big smoothie.
Yeah, even if I don't even have a smoothie, I can just like shake that thing up and
I
chug it and feel like I got something in my stomach.
No, I like brunch.
Oh yeah, but only if it's
accompanied
like by a lot of mimosas.
Yeah, brunch is the shit.
Like mimosas, Bloody Marys, bacon, eggs,
all
like around 11. Yeah. I'm okay with that, but breakfast like at 8. I'm not.
Top it all off with purchasing a dog.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
then, our last brunch turned into happy hour.
My friend Ben always used to say, you go to brunch, you have a few drinks, and then you get some lunch. You know? Yeah, that's what happens. So this is what led me into the thing earlier today because I love if you guys you're gonna have sex and you're gonna die. Okay, here's who wants condoms.
Yeah, that coach, the guy, he's great in that role because he's so uncomfortable talking to those kids.
Yeah,
he's rushing through it, but
yet he's going up into the theater, into the production room,
banging all the Asians.
Well, at least you have the condoms. At Ryan's school, they just say, don't have sex ever. All right, good luck, and that's it. No condoms, no info.
Well, people definitely listen to our show to get their STD facts.
Right.
Yeah, we talk a lot about HIV and HPV all the time. So there we go. Chlamydia. A common sexual transmitted infection that may not cause symptoms. Which,
right.
I mean, if you have something and there's no symptoms, do you really have it? Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, if you have it and it doesn't do anything, do you give a shit that you have it?
Exactly. That's my point.
Thank you.
All right. So more than 200,000 U.S. cases per year. That's, by the way, that's less than 0.06% of the population.
That seems low.
That doesn't sound right.
There's no way that could be right.
This Google website says it is.
That's right. Google said so. It's spread by sexual contact. Treatable by medical professional. So it's treatable.
I have 200,000 friends that get it a year.
Short term resolves within days to weeks.
Yeah.
Requires a medical diagnosis. Lab tests or imaging always required. Chlamydia affects people of all ages, but is most common in young people. Ryan. Many who have chlamydia don't develop symptoms. Ryan. But they can still infect others through sexual contact. Ryan. Symptoms may include genital pain and discharge from the vagina or penis.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan. Antibiotic therapy for the affected patient and the patient's sexual partners is recommended. Screening for other common sexually transmitted infections should also be performed.
You guys made me sit by Ryan.
Yeah, did you just imply that Ryan has
So
chlamydia?
the thing
Yeah,
is-
apparently
She
she's
does.
got everything. She's got the clap, she's got chlamydia.
100% don't have chlamydia.
Okay.
Just clear that up.
All right.
Ryan, the intern, is clean.
Are you sure? Because there's no symptoms.
Listen,
Yes, she
I'm-
goes to an abstinence
You
only
probably
school.
have double chlamydia.
I'm way too awkward to even have the thought go into my head of having chlamydia. Like, have you seen me try to talk to a boy? It's not like.
Wayne Bullard says the long-term effects are you're going to hell.
True.
You know what happens is the kids, they do this, they have the sex,
Yeah.
and they give each other the chlamydia,
Yeah.
Chlamydia.
and they don't get these symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
So then they get a cold. They go to the doctor, get a Z-Pack for that. It clears it all right
Yeah,
up.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just gone.
All of us probably have it right now. We just don't know.
I don't have chlamydia.
I definitely don't have it.
Except for you two.
Yeah.
I've been
Ryan's-
tested,
Ryan's
so
fine.
I have nothing.
Yeah. There's me and Casey know 100% that we don't have anything.
Because I got tested.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a carrier. You haven't given it to her yet.
I know
Not yet. Maybe for our next anniversary.
You know where it goes, right?
What's that?
You know where it goes, right?
What
Chlamydia?
goes where?
It goes in
No,
Nowhere
where
near us.
where you put your penis.
Where I put my
in
TT?
the,
Yeah.
in the vagina.
All up and around all of her stuff.
Okay, just
Yeah.
checking.
Anything she'll let me stick it near, I stick it there. I don't give a fuck.
Wait, near?
Yeah,
Near,
Just
buy
like
it.
like 5
Near,
to 6 inches away.
far, wherever we are. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say, but it was gonna be a fucking doozy. Anyway, I guess it was really goddamn fucking funny.
Is it about chlamydia?
I'm not sure that it was really chlamydia related. No. Anyway, you gotta see a doctor and get rid of
I
it.
know somebody who supposedly, is pretty convinced that she, gave a dude chlamydia in his eyeball.
In his
Oh,
eyeball.
Yeah.
It literally says sexually transmitted.
No, you
Yeah,
can get it
it
from
was all down there.
Oh, his eyeball was.
And he
What was
got
he
his
looking
eyeball
for?
up in
I
that?
don't know. He just apparently had a real bad.
He lost his
There was
flash
some
ring.
stuff and some testing and some results that came in, and then a real bad weird case of pink eye, all
You
in
never,
the same
you
time
never just
frame.
get down there and go.
Oh, pink eye.
Yeah.
So he was eating her out and he had his eye
His
right in her
eyeball
ass.
In there? He's not doing it right.
No, I'm just saying he was
She
like
was thinking it was
it
probably
was like
she thought
69, and his
Well,
eye was at her
she
ass.
thought it might
Oh,
be the chlamydia.
so he had
Pink
eye to anus.
Pink eye you
Correct.
get from doo-doo.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
Follow me.
He had
She
poop
didn't
eye.
think it was actually pink eye. She
It's
thought she
poop
had
eye.
gotten because it was that's a bacterial infection is what
Oh,
chlamydia
okay.
is, and that it had somehow gotten into his eye.
Well,
Oh, she was like a,
I mean, that's not very hard if you touch it and then you touch your eye.
it
I
could have
mean,
been a squirty kind of thing going
I'm
on.
not
Ooh,
saying that
squirting.
happened.
Right
I'm
in the
saying
eye?
story
Out of
there.
her butt?
I wasn't there.
Ew,
It
that's
wasn't
not the
me.
right kind
This
of
isn't like one of
squirt.
those a friend of mine.
Yeah.
maybe she had chlamydia in her butt.
In her butthole.
Yeah.
Butt
I think
squirted
that might have
into
been what
his
happened.
eye.
I think we just solved it.
I've actually never met a pink guy before.
Ever? Even like a redhead?
So this is the scene that we spoofed in Punk Rock 101 that I didn't know that
Right,
we were
yeah.
spoofing from Punk Rock 101. But, you know, man, she really sold her down the river.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know? I mean, it seemed like that seems like a lot, you know?
Do you have any deep, dark secrets that would ruin any of your friends' lives, Ryan? Me too, man. Like a bunch of them. Girls are evil.
Oh, yeah.
Even friends that... I've got secrets that girls that I talk to every day don't know I know about them, but if I wanted to ruin their lives, I could.
Okay, one of the best things, like, living today is I sometimes, because I'm such, like, a gossip, drama-filled person, that I will, like, put my headphones in and not turn any music on so people think that I can't hear them. And I hear everything. It's great.
Amazing. That's a good idea.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, but isn't that just life that you know? I mean, yeah, I mean, I know something about everybody, I think.
No, but I'm talking like through a group of girls, you, like, find out something about somebody and, like, they don't even know. Like, that's just the girl.
That you're
world.
not
So true.
that you're not supposed to know. You're saying, okay,
and that you know, and like if you ever wanted to destroy their life, you could. But at the same time, that maybe they fucking
That's
know
a
something
very
about you.
girl-centric skill.
It's horrible.
To accumulate all that
Speaking
data
of which,
and hold on
girls
to
are
it.
fucking evil, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You guys
Speaking
are
of which,
devious.
so she runs through the hall and starts dropping the photocopy stuff everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then because everyone picks it up and reads it, there's this giant fight in the hallway.
Correct.
Did you notice? All girls. No
Yeah.
guys were
Oh, right.
involved.
Yeah.
So I
They're all
applaud
right
the
away.
accuracy of this movie.
It
Right.
wasn't her, but yeah, and he said all the junior girls are freaking out.
Right. Yeah, he said and that's why they took all the junior girls to the gymnasium or whatever. But and then the
one guy.
the gay guy or whatever, in there, dressed up as the fucking
She doesn't
Unabomber.
even go here.
Yeah, the one that got up there. I
have a lot of feelings.
I want everybody to be happy. I just want rainbows and kisses.
That's
and
another. There's a
butterflies.
lot of like popular in my generation one-liners from this, and one of them is "She doesn't even go here," and then "Boo you whore" is one.
That's
Get in,
really
loser,
good.
we're going shopping.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Wait, what was that one?
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
Yeah, what was the one that you said yesterday where you were you've never heard that before and I cannot remember, and then...
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
Oh, on Wednesdays we wear pink. She goes,
Yeah.
you never heard on Wednesdays we wear pink?
I'm like, you're going to start seeing it now.
Or
yeah.
go, Glen Coco. Do
Yeah.
your thing, Glen Coco.
All these things are going to be like the fucking number 37 now.
Right, 37.
Yeah.
It's all
Gonna
bullshit.
See them all. It's all fucking bullshit. You know why it didn't make it any happier that she ruined her life or whatever?
Why?
Because it fucking blew up in her face. Like, if she would have done it well...
Right.
Yeah, if
she
she got
got-
the boyfriend, kept the friend, she'd be stoked.
She
Right?
would be
fine.
stoked. That dude would be sitting at the fucking table with the gay dude and the goth chick that works at the
No, they still wouldn't be her friends.
And
Oh.
that girl did need to pluck her eyebrows, and she did have lipstick on her teeth.
Yeah, you should tell people
True.
they have lipstick on their
I
teeth.
know,
Yes!
but you
I
don't
know.
make fun of them about it, though. That's
you don't?
just
It's like
fucking-
if someone has like a
No.
booger in their nose, like you tell them.
You tell him.
I don't tell them.
That's
Yeah.
like a girlfriend
Okay,
must.
most like worst person ever.
No, I don't either. It just depends on who it
So
is.
annoying.
Okay, this isn't...
Casey, I tell. Pretty much anybody else, no.
Yeah,
You're
just
gonna
let 'em
figure.
roll.
You're gonna
Just let 'em
figure it
roll.
out.
Sooner or later, they're
Figure
going
it
to
out.
breathe and they're going to feel it.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Okay.
you got
Yeah.
that. It's your
One
booger.
time when I first started the salon that I work at, I was wearing this like blue shirt because I was trying to like fit in and wear blue. Stupid. And it was like one of those. And it was like one of those.
Fuck blue.
One of those like fabrics that like if you sweat like the shit's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
dark
Oh,
immediately.
just
Anyway,
wanna
stop
say.
that. That's fine. That was whatever. That doesn't bother
You
me.
learn. You learn
Life
from your
happens,
mistakes.
right? But my boss, the owner of the salon, was like, "Hey, will you go like clean some of the products?" Took a wet rag and a dry rag. He's like, "Use the wet rag, then use the dry rag." Right? Not just shit to do. So I kept switching hands and products, and then walked around and helped him do blow dries and did shit for like 15 fucking minutes after this, and then I took a bathroom break, and because I was wearing that dark blue shirt, every time I had switched hands, the wet rag touched my shirt, and it looked like I was fucking lactating. like dark blue. Like, I mean, I'm talking like orange sized or
Right.
so, circles. Like, I mean, the most obvious thing in the world. So I
Yeah.
was like, What
Why
the
didn't
fuck,
anybody
dude?
say this?
I said, why wouldn't you say that? I said, how long has that been there? He goes, I don't know. I said, why wouldn't you say anything? He goes, well, I didn't know if you, like, had something going on. I
That's
said,
the best
if
response
I had
ever.
something-
I don't know what's going on with your
I
boobs.
didn't know
If
if you
I
had something
I
going
said,
on.
if I had something going on, then you should especially fucking tell me if something's going on. If I was actually lactating through my shirt right now, I'd probably want a fucking heads
Probably
up,
be
you
a
dick.
good to know. Yes.
No, because there's that thing with like girl anatomy.
Yeah.
If something's going kind of crazy with girl parts, the male is hesitant to go, hey, something's wrong with your boob.
Yeah.
Just
Because
gonna throw
we
that-
might
throw
trigger.
that out
Yeah,
there.
It might be a trigger.
You ever met this man? There's no fucking, like...
Oh, yeah, that's
well,
true.
and also
Well, I
like,
mean, he's a salon
like
owner.
let's say your shirt messed up and like one of your boobs is hanging out. If we tell you that, you're gonna put it up and we won't see it anymore.
But that
True.
was not the case at all.
And you get mad at us
This
for
happens
looking.
on a regular basis. I'll be like sweating and I'll like wipe my face and like a fucking eyebrow will go astray and he'll just watch it happen. I'm like, what is wrong? It's fucking, like, you don't tell me whenever I like think things are going right what's wrong, but when shit's like all fucked up, you just let me like just power through the day.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, you know it's iffy for again. It just kind of depends on the price. If we're eating, and you know somebody gets like a thing, then I'll just be like, hey, you get.
I
some
tell people
Schwitz
right
or
away.
Whatever. You know.
You know what?
I've told you something, but I can't remember what it was.
But booger, I don't. I don't always.
Boogers are complicated,
Yeah.
but you know what pisses me off a lot, and this happens probably more to girls than dudes. When strangers, like at a grocery store, decide that they are going to like tuck in the tag of your shirt that's sticking out.
Oh, that's never happened to me. I don't
Does
know.
that happen to you?
I don't know
No.
what I would
Because
do.
girl shirts, it happens all the fucking time. Because girl shirts like lay lower in the back.
Yeah.
Your tag will
don't
flip
fucking
out.
touch me.
I
I'm
would
like,
Somebody's like,
lose
Don't
my
touch my
mind.
clothes. Yeah,
It's
what
those
are
like
you doing?
60-year-old women who just
No,
come up.
not even
behind
always
you.
60. It's just like somebody will be like, oh, sorry, your tag was
Yeah.
sticking out. Hand in your fucking shirt.
No.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
never-
how. I mean, like
never had
a
that happen.
stranger like touching me and me not knowing that.
I
mean,
can't
I don't
even tell
know
you
what I
how
would
many
do.
times it's happened in my life. I can't. It happens
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh my
You know?
gosh.
It's a girl thing. It's fucked up. I would be like, I could tell somebody if their tag was sticking out, maybe, but I probably wouldn't because it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But always hand it down
oh,
the back
honey,
of
your bra
shirt.
strap's showing. Let me just.
Let me just
Oh
remove
my
it.
god.
That's
Okay,
the thing.
so I was wearing like this
Yeah.
kind of thing. It was a different shirt, and my bra strap had come up, and the lady goes, "You're not supposed to wear it like that," and pushed it back into my shirt.
So
I was
she
like,
grabbed your bra strap?
"Yes," and just pushed it
Yes,
down. I was
yes.
like, "I don't know you. Get away from
That
me."
is weird.
Yet, you are now wearing it like she
Ew.
told you to wear
Or
it.
you know another one? Like a
Back
necklace.
off.
If your necklace is clasped
Oh,
with
it's
like
strange,
crooked.
A stranger won't do that.
Yes, they
Yes.
fucking will.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
They will come up from
but that's a
behind.
girl on girl crime.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Guys don't do
Yes,
that. We don't
guys
do
don't do
boys
that.
and we
Somebody
don't
will
do
like come up and start adjusting your necklace while you're like not even, you don't know them.
I don't even notice that
Girl
you're
on
wearing
girl
a
crime.
necklace, let
Or
alone
like- or like
adjust it.
stick
Well,
your
that's
If I
that's
see
your
it,
root.
I'm not sure if I could see it and tell if it was wrong.
Yeah,
And if I
It's
definitely.
like
did,
the
I wouldn't
clasp
give a
is
shit. I
crooked,
wouldn't
like-
tell you.
If
If
But
you
Yeah.
have like a
Come up and
hair
touch
like
you.
pushed
Oh,
on
yeah.
one side,
I don't
you
notice
come over and
fingernails. I don't
No.
notice
that's a good
any
one.
of that stuff.
She's right. You have like a hair that's flipped the wrong way. Like somebody will walk up and go whoop and like flip
You
it
just
back.
flip it back.
What?
Who the fuck are you?
You
Girl
don't know my
on
life. I
girl
could have
crime.
lice right now, and you just touched my head.
Boys
Get
don't.
away
Boys.
from me.
That's what I'm saying. Boys
Guys don't do this.
This gets into so many things. Like, hey, what? how-
your zipper's down.
Hey,
Like-
yeah. Like, what the?
Here, buddy, let me get that.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I've said this 1,000 times, and it goes so much further than that. Though it's just like, hey, how's your friend? You know, wife to husband. You know, how's such and such doing? It's like, yeah, he's doing fine. You know, well, how's the baby? I guess, okay, what'd they name it again? I don't know. Like, how the
Yes.
fuck am I don't know. I mean,
Yes.
Did you ask how his dad's doing in the hospital over? No, I didn't. I don't know. What did y'all
The
talk
same
about?
thing happened, like Heather and I, a month and a half ago. Some friends broke up, and I come home. And I'm like, oh, so and so broke up. She's like, why? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's like, you didn't ask. I'm
No,
like,
you need
no.
to
Why didn't
find
you
out
ask?
the
I'm like,
details.
I'm like, A, I don't give a shit. B, it's not in my business. If they want me to know, they'll tell me.
My
Yeah.
mom was
But,
sick
okay,
last week.
Who broke up with who? I'm like, I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you had to find that out. We broke up. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. What happened?
Yeah.
Guys don't do that. We go,
No.
okay,
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
Are
sucks.
you okay?
That's
You want to go get a you
No,
want to go
all
get
we-
a sorry. beer and
yeah,
talk
all
about
we
your
care about is-
ex-girlfriends and shit? You know?
like, yeah, and the guy approaches, oh, you guys broke up? That sucks. You want to get a beer and
Yeah.
talk
exactly,
about it?
exactly,
Exactly.
You go.
Yes.
Fuck him. He's an idiot. What happened?
My mom was sick last week, and the Russian was asking me all kinds of details.
And
I'm
you're
like, I don't know. I have no
fucking
idea.
know.
Did you talk to your mom today? No. She's sick. Why didn't you go? I don't know. What?
Because I'm a guy.
Yeah.
You just don't
Why
do
would I
that.
ask? You know.
Me and
It's
my
not
mom are
something we
sick
do.
so much, so I think we have a mutual thing where we don't have to fucking ask about it.
There you go.
Well, here's the thing. If I know that my mom's sick, that's it.
That's it.
You know, like
She's
how's
sick.
she doing? I don't know. She's sick.
If it gets worse,
Yeah.
let me know.
Is she
Yeah.
feeling any better? Don't know.
Does that make us bad people?
Yep.
Yes.
No, it's I started crying right here.
That's true.
Yeah.
I teared up when she was walking towards the stage and she was looking at her parents for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then they announced her name. And then there was that whole back and forth looking like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I welled up a little bit.
I
This
welled
is
up
the-
when she started
about
to-
when I fell asleep.
This is where
What the fuck happened to her parents, by the way? They were there, and then she walks up. She's in trouble. She goes up there. She breaks the
Wow.
crowd into 7,000 pieces. Next thing you know, she's on the dance floor just making out with a dude.
well, they probably had one of those little like moments where they look at each other and they touch each other's shoulder and they're like, "Come
Let's-
on, let's let her
let's
be."
let her
They just
be.
skip that part
Well,
because it's like
They
implied.
realized they raised basically the best kid ever.
Right?
Right.
And they're like, let's let him make
Yeah.
out with a
Yeah.
dude
Yeah.
over here. Yeah.
Y'all are all
Yeah.
taking that in. I'm thinking of it still as high school girl perspective. I'd be in the audience like, fucking fake ass bitch. I'm not buying any of that shit. Oh, you think I look pretty now? Let's talk about that fucking book, you asshole.
Right.
Like,
Are you trying to make the parents and Arliss in the parade?
there's
Is that
no
what
way
you're
that
saying?
hairdo took
No,
hours.
not at all. But I did think to myself that at least it would have been a thing where she would have at least walked up to him and like, "Mom, Dad, I'm sorry." And,
That got cut out.
you know, yeah, I'm sure it did happen. Yeah. But you know what? All in all, I really did. I liked the movie a lot. I thought it was cool that it, you know, this is one that was important to Casey.
I
This is-
definitely can tell why it's such a big movie
It's
too.
hilarious.
Well, I just
Well, and the girls, especially, like, not even just our generation. That's a high school girl movie, and it's pretty,
Spot on.
even though it's clearly
I
exaggerated.
can see
it's
why
still
it
Sure.
true.
Did you know
connects
that
for
this
sure.
is based off a true story?
It's based off of some book.
It's based off of a real high school.
It's,
Oh, wow.
it's Tina Fey's. Like, she wrote it.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was based off a book called
No, I thought it was Tina Fey's.
Wanna,
Like
Queen
life
Bees and
experience.
Wannabes
Listen,
or something
all
like
I
that.
know is that it's based off a real high school. I don't know anything about a book.
Right.
Get off my case.
Back off, Rich, with the book.
Well, do you guys remember the movie Grease?
Yes.
Took
I've
place
heard-
in
I think
Rydell
I've heard
High
of that.
School. So it happened in Rydell High School.
I was
So,
on that episode.
all right, so that that happened in the 50s, and then Grease 2 happened a few years later. Now, this story actually happened in the 80s at Rydell High. And so that's the thing, is when Tina Fey was actually doing research on Grease, she was going to make a funnier version of that movie as like a spoof thing. And when she stumbled upon this book with all these secrets in it or whatever, they had it in a case in the school, in the hallway.
Da Vinci Code of high school.
There are
And
some traveling pants.
there were some traveling pants in there.
Oh, I love that
And,
movie.
I haven't seen it.
You know why? Because you're a guy.
Right.
I haven't seen it.
Because you're a
All
guy.
right.
Dude, you
the
haven't seen it
best.
because you have a penis.
Queen Bees and Wannabes
Ew, who
is
wrote
a
it?
2002 self-help book by Rosalind Wiseman. It focuses on ways in which girls in high school from cliques and on patterns of aggression, teen behavior, and how to deal with them. The book was, in large part, the basis for the film Mean Girls.
Right. I
So
like it.
You know what's
All
funny
right, good
is that after all of the craziness that goes on in high school, I'll like flip through Facebook and get like a people you may know, and I'll be like, oh, I fucking hated her, and then I'll be like, I don't remember why. I guess I'm probably over it. It's like it's all so intense at this like age, and then you're like,
That does happen to you a
Eh,
lot, and
fuck
we've
it.
talked about it before, and I'm like, it's not like you've been out that long.
I don't remember shit. I don't remember anybody's maiden names. I have no idea who anybody is anymore.
Super weird.
I got like my 10-year union thing recently. I'm like, who the fuck are you? I have no clue.
I have a hard time with that too. I'm friends on Facebook with a ton of people that I recognize their name a little bit,
That we apparently.
but I have
knew in
no
high
idea
school.
who they are. Yeah, I just
I have no
don't.
high school memories of some of these
See,
people.
my
I
mom
blocked out a
remembers
lot of high school.
Everybody.
And that's how Jared is. He remembers every
You remember-
fucking thing.
She's friends with like everybody on Facebook.
Man,
That's cool.
it's a vault. Like everybody who that even gets in touch with me or whatever, they're like, "Do you remember me?" Yeah, dude. You know, like it's. And here's a story about. I think I was telling the one about like the guy going, "I don't know if you remember me, man. We like had this one class guy." I'm like, "Dude, yeah, remember you were doing the project and you sucked a spaghetti noodle through your nose and like out your mouth and then like flossed your shit or whatever." And he was like, "What?" He's like, "I could do that, but I don't remember doing that in school." I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah! Justin Glover was there, like this guy was there, and we were all." It's so crazy, like it just all just.
It's a blur.
I've got friends.
Well,
that
yours
say
is a
that
blur
memory.
because you were high the whole time, but I
This
wasn't
is-
high.
This may or may not be true. No, I have friends that have that sort of memory and tell me stuff I did in high school.
Right.
Like, but we'll go back to that. I may or may not be.
Yeah.
Someone sent me a picture on Snapchat the other day and was like, I guess he's like gauging his ears now, like stretching them. And he just goes, "Hey, I'm finally stretching that ear you pierced." And I'm like,
Okay,
"I fucking
why?
pierced your ear?
Yeah, why-
Why did
I
you
don't
let me
know.
do? Why did you let me do that?" It was
Yeah,
Eric
don't
Boyer.
gauge.
You remember him?
But why start gauging now? Like,
Oh, I don't know. I guess he's going through some shit. Who fucking knows? But he was like,
That's
he,
awesome.
just
No,
goes,
give a
he
fuck.
just goes, "The ear you pierced." I'm like, "Why would you let me pierce your ear? That's a
I can
terrible
put my
idea."
foot through it now.
Hindsight,
Yay.
I think I pierced a lot of ears and belly buttons.
We
My
had
friends have pierced my
we had like the girls in high school that could pierce everybody's ears.
I did it in the boys'
Like
bathroom
Ice
'cause I got
Cube
ta-
and the
Yeah.
Because I got tattled on.
Potato and a
in middle
thumbtack.
school.
No, potato and the actual.
I
ear.
feel
No,
good
you
that-
just do a safety pin like a champ. You light it on fire with a lighter, and then you just go boop, and then you just leave
Yeah.
it
So, you
there.
know, my friends just stuck the earring through my ear.
We just had they would ice it till it like hurt so bad that it was
Yeah, it's like
ice,
numb.
and then they'd put a cork back behind it, and then just
No, this was like during lunch period in like 8th grade.
yeah, same.
You didn't have
Yeah.
you had a cork on hand.
Yeah, these
No,
girls fucking
okay.
carried around a goddamn fucking tackle box. Are you kidding me?
Nah, just safety pin.
It's crazy. They were. It was,
Everybody got hepatitis. It was not good.
Yeah, they can cure that shit now. We
I
talked about
know.
that.
The fact that gauging is like a goal for someone
Thank you.
instead of
A little stretching.
stretching your bank account a little wider.
I don't know
I
about
don't
all
know.
that. But
You don't know about
Make
that?
America great again.
No.
Oh, thank you.
You're
No,
welcome.
I just don't know that that's even a thing. I mean, you could say the same thing about, like, why are you tattooing yourself or whatever. I mean,
I do
That's a
say
good
that.
point. That's a good point.
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
like,
One time he got his neck tattooed. He's like, "You don't
Because
ever get my
I'm
neck
really
tattooed?" I'm like,
judgy about the gauging and like the facial piercings and all this.
yeah.
I'm unrightly judgy because I have tats.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't
And-
give
and
a
I
fuck
want
what
more,
anybody does.
But I see that and I'm like, that's so dumb, and then I have to check myself and go, no, it's not. It's their thing.
It's their thing.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no different than anything
Their thing
else.
can be dumb though.
I don't know. Like my friend Casey's
God
like one of the
damn it,
most
Rich.
like beautiful girls I've ever met in my life. Like she's literally like gorgeous, and like she's got like huge stretched ears, and you wouldn't even notice looking at her because she's so pretty. And it just I don't know. I think it just is her
Yeah,
deal.
it's a
Well,
thing.
there's like Nicolette,
Mm-hmm.
who's
Who has a
very
ship on her chest?
very pretty, but she's going to tattoo her whole body at
Yeah,
some point, I'm
at some
sure.
point.
And probably still be pretty.
Nothing
Just
wrong with
like
that. Now, I'm seeing here on my notes that we have a new segment. Is there audio for this that I'm seeing here?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
Click
No, but is that, do I introduce the segment first and then play
Sure.
the audio?
it. Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so this is our new John the Bass Player's Yet to Be Named beer segment.
Sweet.
Miller beer. Yeah, go get it.
Okay, you got to put a break in here. We got to get some cups and spread it around. I got to get this big.
Yeah, we'll just chug it out of the beer
You wanna
bottle.
do that?
Yeah, we'll just
Alright.
chug it out of the bottle.
What, are we gonna
That's
try
fine.
a beer?
We're gonna try a beer. He's gonna
Alright,
tell us
big
about
ass
it.
beer.
I've got a collection of old dirty cups.
That's cool. We're gonna get some. You know what? I told
That
the
sounds
guys that
incredible.
I would have some red solo cups.
Oh, that's right. You were supposed to have red solo cups.
And well, I'll get some up here. They're
All right.
downstairs, but we do have a new water cooler, and the guys won't. We don't ever have any water here for them, so
Jared has agreed to actually try the beer.
You might like it.
I probably need to.
Talk on the mic.
There's
It's a barn
no,
burner at my mom's, by the way.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there.
I can only
Yeah,
do
I'm
one
in.
thing at a time.
there is no possible way I'm gonna like this.
You might.
You like wine?
You gotta fight through it. Get this thing.
You like
I
whiskey?
I like wine and whiskey.
Hey, it's
Oh.
open it with a knife. Look, it's
So you know that that champagne you made with mimosas that one time with my mom's champagne.
Yeah.
So she got more and she's like hiding it.
Oh, from
Guys, she's
us.
like-
Yeah.
they took my expensive champagne and made mimosas out of it.
Your dad
Take a break.
refused to
I
let me
gotta
know
pee
what
before
bottle
we
of
get this
champagne it
beer.
was.
Yeah.
That sounds
I don't
cool.
know.
I got the PP, and then we'll do the beer.
Okay, guys, let's pause for a second.
All right.
Whew.
I gotta pee so bad.
Taking a potty
go
break.
To the boys that left.
Over here,
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of times Emma's not home, so it doesn't matter. But
Don't let her know that.
Y'all want to go barn burn?
What's that mean?
Shannon's.
My mom's doing a barn burner right now, for sure.
But there hasn't been one for.
At the house?
Right around the corner.
I'll see if John goes, I'll go, but otherwise I probably should go home. No, that's not why. But.
Did she not end up moving in?
No. So she is. She kept her house,
Okay.
and we're gonna reverse that plan.
You're going to move in there.
Well, we're gonna take it slow. So the plan is possibly next summer we buy a house together.
Okay.
But
Leading up to that, you live in separate
but
places.
so I'm gonna start Airbnb my house because we can make pretty good money off of that. Because I can just go over to her house. It doesn't cost me a
Yeah.
penny to go stay with her. And we're taking her mom to New York next weekend
For what?
for good. I mean, not for good, but she's gonna move there.
Okay, cool.
So we're taking her there. So
We're gonna need glasses because the beer is black and the head on it's brown. That's part of the whole thing.
oh, okay.
Because you guys, I'm pretty sure when I hand it to him, he's gonna be
Hey,
like,
Ryan,
"What
you
the
need
fuck
beer?"
is this?"
Sure.
All right, I'll help you.
Ryan, the intern. took
Okay,
the
we either above where the Keurig is,
Yeah.
that
You
little
have an
thing,
intern?
there's like coffee.
She's
I
an
mean, not
intern.
coffee. There's like little beer mugs.
I wanna
Otherwise, there's like
fucking
little
intern.
plastic
But
solo cups in the
it's
pantry.
Bowling for Soup and us, but yeah,
Hey,
this
all
stuff
right,
above.
come on, intern.
Yeah, I'm the
Let's do
intern.
this.
I just know where everything is in this house because I cracked it.
Basically, they're a personal assistant.
I know. I don't know why I fucking get to tell her to do ever.
So we're driving her mom to New York.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not recording.
I know you're just talking really loud. I'm like, I can hear you.
We're driving her mom to New York next weekend. Saturday we're driving. It's like a 24-hour
Yeah,
drive.
it's a long drive. New York, where?
But we gotta take her stuff. New York. So the
New York
whatever
City?
what yeah.
I wanna go.
But there's a huge Russian community. Apparently, you don't even have to speak English if you're Russian there.
Soup dumplings.
Everything what?
Soup dumplings.
She cooks amazing. Her mom is great. I'm gonna
I'm
miss that.
telling you what to do.
Oh,
Soup dumplings.
eat soup dumplings when I'm there.
From Joe Shanghai.
Joe Shanghai. Okay.
That's what you can do with your life.
Well, we're gonna get there
It's my favorite thing. in the world.
Sunday, and then we're leaving Tuesday,
Cool. Go Monday.
and I have to work on there.
are we still on this thing?
Yeah, we're still on this thing.
I'm trying to tell Rich to eat soup dumplings from Joe Shanghai, and he won't do it.
I'm gonna do it. I don't know how to get there.
You don't need to.
So we're driving her mom to New York. So she's gonna live there at least for a year, probably. And then flying back on Tuesday. Do we have a show? When are we doing our show? Are we doing it Friday?
This week
When are you off?
we're gone next week.
Next weekend?
We're
Mhm.
leaving
Oh,
Wednesday.
no, that works out perfect because we're doing the show Tuesday for the Friday. Yeah, okay.
That's
then-
correct.
So that actually works out
That's
perfect.
right.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we found parfait glasses, and we're like, "This is gonna be
Oh,
awesome."
okay. I used to have like 5 of those guys, but these will work.
All right.
We decided it was a milkshake.
Yes, I want to call it parfait.
They are for milkshakes.
Damn it.
Do
In
you
my-
want me to go
in
ahead
my
and press
head.
record?
Yeah.
I don't really know what a parfait is. It just sounds
Have you
really
guys ever been
fancy.
to Purple Cow before?
No,
Yeah.
is it awesome?
Okay, do you
Swivel that mic in front of you.
have you ever had the
so you
peanut
can
butter and
kinda hear
jelly?
you.
All right,
milkshake?
I've only been there one time, and we had like, we had the kids with us or whatever.
They have this peanut butter and jelly milkshake and it's the best.
All right. So this is our new beer segment. I know we were doing this. I like it. I like it already. As you guys know, as all of our listeners should know, I am not a beer drinker. I drink Miller Lite. A lot of it. But I'm not like a beer connoisseur. I'm a tough person.
Oh, I'm glad you
on-
gave him more.
on the beers. This is going to be...
Alright, this is mine. Give him less.
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
just
that's
give me
yours.
like literally a sip.
Oh my god! All right, there you go.
Don't,
smells good.
Okay, yeah, but I was gonna have him talk
Yeah,
about it, right?
yeah, yeah.
Is that the plan?
That's the
Is
plan.
what we're
I'm
doing.
gonna talk about it. You guys have to drink it if I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we will.
Ryan, you're gonna get fucked up.
Pass that
He
down.
did. He goes. we're split it 5 ways. I go, no, she's 17.
I'm like, four ways.
It does smell good.
How old did you think I was?
Mm-hmm.
You're about to make her whole night.
73, 74.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. All right.
Here we go. Get on that mic.
Oh,
All right, I got
Jaret,
the
you're gonna
mic.
hate this, I can tell.
All right, so what I have right now is it's a coffee stout. You guys
Coffee
familiar with
stout.
stouts?
I am.
Okay, I'm already out.
So it's a coffee stout from a brewery out of San Diego called AleSmith. And for the longest time, up until about a year ago, you couldn't get this beer in Texas unless you like stuck it in your bag and flew it back.
Did you drink it already?
No,
What
he
happened?
smelled it and he's being a
What
baby.
happened to your face?
He smelled it.
Okay, something went south with Jared's face.
He just smelled it. It smells like freaking chocolate. You don't
Yeah.
like chocolate?
Just, listen, this is a fucking podcast. You guys keep talking.
When do I
Nobody
get
can
to try it?
Nobody
Okay.
can see
All right.
me.
Finish the spiel.
All right, so real quick, it's a really good coffee stout out of San Diego.
Well, let's
that
get
we
a,
used to could not get in Texas. They opened up distribution to Texas about a year ago.
let's talk a little bit though about. Okay, you want us to go ahead and try it now? Because I want to talk to you
Yes.
a little bit about. Okay, so
Yeah, try it.
do we smell it first or
Yeah,
just?
you can. It smells like coffee and chocolate.
Boom.
Oh my
Just
god!
take it like a shot. Like shoot it.
Okay,
Let's
I would
drink
drink this like with a cookie or something.
Yeah. Okay. Now
This
when
is a
you
dessert
drink it,
beer, right?
like for me, it's a breakfast beer. If you want it to be, so like
Yeah, with some
stout
coffee
is a
cake.
very old style of beer, and I think the ABV or alcohol by volume on this is. Oh, let me grab the bottle.
It's like
Okay, so like, what do you drink, Jaret? What do you normally?
Miller Lite.
So
That's it.
Miller Lite's 4%
Yeah.
ABV. This beer, this Speedway Stout from AleSmith, is
Yeah.
12%.
Jesus Christ.
So it's a very boozy stout, but the booziness, the alcohol's not real forward.
I like it. Is it?
It's good, isn't it?
It's not exactly like the Lakewood Stout that I like.
Oh, Temptress.
The Temptress. That's what
Yeah.
I meant. I can drink the Temptress all night long, and I will fall on my ass.
Temptress has a
3
lot of
beers
like
in.
lactose sugar.
Okay,
It's really
so
sweet.
I got
Yeah.
this is this is an honest fucking question.
Throw it out there.
Because the fact that it's cold, like smelling it, I really wasn't faking it. Made my eyes water, and then the second time I
The
gagged.
gag reflex.
Did you
I saw
drink
that.
some?
I did, but just listen to
Okay.
me.
Okay.
When I did, I just took like a little sip, and it was cold, and it's not that bad. But like, I couldn't imagine taking a drink of this. Like,
But
I
see-
would have to like sip it.
That's what you're supposed to. You're not supposed to like drink
Oh.
it like you drink a Miller Lite.
Hey, I am talking to John.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so shut it. Okay, think about it like this.
So this is actually an honest question to you guys because
Fair
I
enough.
don't know how to drink these these fucking beers that are just crazy. I mean, here's the so if it's a sip thing, that's fine, but this is that's gonna be hot
No,
eventually.
you don't like throw that in a beer bong or anything. Like
Yeah.
Right.
No, okay,
Not
don't.
bonging.
Don't, because like that's alcohol poisoning pretty quick.
So are you? Is this something like literally just a little bit goes in your mouth?
No. What it is if you go into that beer expecting it to taste like beer, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Go into it expecting that to be a drink that has alcohol in it, and look for a taste.
Like liquor.
Like liquor. Like what it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a taste you're not familiar with. Like
Yeah.
you and I have been drinking this.
Yeah, that's
This
delicious.
whiskey-
Yeah.
This whiskey is way harder to drink than that. It's a different taste.
Yeah.
That almost has like a Jaeger kind of thing.
I
Well,
have to
that's what I
drink
was
it like
about
a-
to say.
I
This
have
to me has like a Jägermeister kind of thing. Because Jaeger, you could argue the smell almost has like a licorice chocolate. thing.
The licorice, and
Yeah.
that's almost like a pruny licorice. Thing
Yeah,
in that
and
as
then it's just now I do smell the. I'm not gonna smell it again.
well. Do it.
I don't know. I haven't been drinking for the last couple months, and it definitely gives me like first time drinking red wine warm belly. I will say that. Like,
Right.
like
So,
immediately, I'm like.
Here's what I was about to say about
That's the
this.
thing. The alcohol by volume in this beer is equivalent to wine because wine is normally like 12 to 16%,
Mhm.
I think. This is 12. So
I felt this in my blood vessels. And I'm not joking.
No, it does.
Immediately.
It warms you up.
When I put it
quick.
in, it went like through here and down into my arms. I'm not joking.
No,
I'm
I
not,
know exactly
back
what
up
you're
the
talking about.
arms and down into the butt.
I'm seriously not trying to be funny. Like that's exact. And look
You're
how much you
accidentally
gave me.
being
I gave you like
So he's
This-
holding up a, I want to call it a parfait glass because it sounds
It's a
It's a
milkshake
milkshake
really, it
glass.
sounds, it sounds fucking fancy.
I mean, I've
Peanut
had
butter and jelly.
3 sips of it
I've
now.
put parfaits in there. That's actually true.
Thank
John.
you, thank you.
I have.
Betsy.
That's the
Appreciate
kids, so they like that.
Listen.
So he's got
I put
Star
on
Test.
an
my side.
8-inch
I put shakes in there,
parfait
too.
glass with about an inch
Yeah.
of beer in
That's
it.
Ladies.
He doesn't like to brag, but it's true.
Have you ever heard of that DFW drinks beer, John?
Is it a page?
It's like a
What is
group,
it?
like there's a Facebook page.
It's a
and
page,
and
yeah.
and it's a
Okay.
group.
I
So
haven't. Oh, well, no, I'm on a DFW beer page, but I don't think it's
this
that
one's
one.
called DFW drinks beer. I don't know. I went to Jaret. One of the guys, I guess, asked him to come and play for this,
Oh, cool.
do an acoustic thing for this thing, and I got to sit there and do like a
They
a
do-
food tasting, and then they had a brewery come
Beer
in
tasting.
and they paired everything with it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And like
nice.
I usually am kind of like you know I'll drink a Shiner or I'll drink a Dos Equis. Like I'm not super picky in that aspect,
Right.
but as far as craft beers, I don't get it. But like learning how to pair them with foods was super interesting. And anyway, this DFW drinks beer like puts. I guess they have all these different events like cooking classes, and they pair the beers with them, and then they do. You know, other tastings of restaurants and things like that, and pair the beers. And I don't know. I'd like to learn how to do that because I think I could like this stuff if I knew like how to.
They actually have pear beers. So
It's
That
a
is true.
side. It's a
That
side.
sounds-
Now here's a question. So I got a couple of quick questions.
Do
So
it.
the burps. Like, do all of these beers repeat on you? And like,
I don't think so.
no.
I don't think so.
So
I mean,
when
Rich
you
drinks
burp-
stouts too.
Yeah, I don't really
Okay.
get burpy.
Nope.
So this is like a beer, but an IP. Why do all IPAs have that same sort of like?
Grapefruit flavor.
Well, it tastes like this. Like after you drink
It's the pucker.
it
factor
goes like
from-
this. It goes like
yeah,
that.
I hate IPAs.
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, so an IPA is an India Pale Ale, and okay, so the thing in beer that gives you that pucker factor, that
Yeah.
bitter kind of thing,
Yeah.
is it's the hops.
Mm-hmm.
And so an IPA, India Pale Ale, originated when the British used to try to transport beer across India, like 100-something years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to keep it from going bad and getting stale or fouling on that trip, they'd load it with hops almost like a preservative to keep it fresh, so the beer from point A to point B would still be good, and it created this beer. So it's really
And
heavy
people-
hops, and IPAs are really bitter and have that grapefruit smell.
Yeah,
which
it's
is,
horrible.
Rich is not a fan of.
So IPA doesn't necessarily mean microbrew.
No.
No.
No,
But-
it's
but-
a style of beer.
but a lot
it's
of
almost
those-
like in wine, like Chardonnay
Okay,
is a
okay,
type of wine.
interesting.
So all these beers, if you look at beer like wine, right?
Mm-hmm.
IPA, stout, wheat, or a heavy.
Yeah.
These are all just like Cabernet,
Pilsner.
Pinot. They're just
Yeah.
like how wines have variants. Beers have variants
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I guess my thing is what I feel like. I think I sort of like confuse that. Then maybe what I should have said is so microbrews a lot of times. So if you go into like a brew pub or whatever, they always try to get you to drink their beer, and I always say, well, I'm not gonna fucking like it. But it's always got that same
Yeah.
thing at the end of it.
Because they try to make it too beery.
I think in that whole craft beer sort of
Craft beer, I guess,
yeah,
is
the
what I was
craft
trying
and
to think.
micro brew
Yeah.
movement. I think IPA is still the forerunner and the most popular style.
Okay, so
There are a
so-
fucking lot of them.
this
that's
is
for
wait,
sure.
wait,
so
hold on.
many.
So that is okay. So in a craft beer, a lot of times that craft beer, they're making a beer, they're making an IPA.
9 times out of 10, if you have a brewery, like
It-
a small brewery, and they have a handful of beers they're making, I guarantee you.
It
one-
didn't used to be that way.
one or
IPAs
two
have
is
blown
gonna be
up.
an IPA in the past 7 years.
Yes.
IPAs have blown up. They're starting to like that fad, the
Uh-huh.
IPA obsession, is starting to diminish now.
Thank God.
But yeah, so if you have a little bitty brewery or like a little, like a brew pub or
Sure,
some sort of
micro-
restaurant,
yeah.
making their own beers, right? And they're
Yeah.
only making 2 or 3. I guarantee one's going to be an IPA.
Yeah, and then they'll have their pilsner.
I like
or whatever.
ales
And
and
maybe a
stouts.
wheat.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like stouts, porters, and barley wines.
Yeah. You
I'll
know,
bring a barley wine next time.
every time, you know, I mean, I do try. I mean, look, I had one called.
Oh, and then wheat beers.
I drank
obviously.
something called Sex in a Canoe the other day. This kind of beer, and you know, I had 2 or 3 of them, and I made it through.
Hey, John, what do you classify Springbow as?
Strongbow?
Oh, Strongbow.
That's a cider.
Yeah, that's a
I
cider,
know.
right?
Good.
Well, what's funny is that so I drank that on the tour that he went on with us in England.
Nothing but
and,
that.
and to
I'll
them,
drink that.
they think that's just dog shit over there, and over here it's a premium thing.
Like Strongbow.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like a Foster's in Australia.
Sure.
That's in Australia. Foster's is their Budweiser.
Well, and isn't Foster's not even a fucking Australian beer?
It's probably owned by
So,
somebody else.
do
It's
they
probably
think
owned by Japan
Keystone's
now,
like
too.
super
Yeah.
awesome anywhere?
Maybe.
What's that?
In Greenville.
Louisville High School.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I love this segment. This is cool. Please come back anytime. You're
Thanks,
obviously
man. Appreciate
always great. Just talking about the movies. You know, playing Jeff Goldblum.
I appreciate that very much.
The you know, playing 17 strings on a coffee table bass.
I will do it.
And you know, I really enjoyed the beer conversation. To be honest, I drank all of that. You know, I probably have a little bit more of that.
Okay,
now.
I'm gonna give you some more.
All right, I'll have some.
All right.
Um,
You're doing it.
I do want to thank you know, Ryan the intern for being here and for taking her first ever smiley face or sideways face text with a related chin. Jesus Christ.
This is also the first movie I've ever liked that I've done.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
The first
You
one.
know, though, the thing is that Will is on a roll right now of fucking hating every movie. He
Would
has
you
a
have hated this one though?
I brought this up the other day, how like the Simon Cowell thing,
yeah.
you know? Like, you're Simon Cowell. Like, everyone thinks you're an asshole, even though recently you've actually liked all the movies. Now that he's like got the new change,
Right.
he's all happy and nice to everybody.
Because he got
But everyone
married.
still thinks you're the asshole. But Will doesn't like any of the movies anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
None of the movies.
But he's
This-
still like the nice guy.
He's Mr. Nice
This guy caught me. I was walking from the stage to the signing tent the other day, and this guy comes up to me and goes, "Jaret, man, I love you. Can I just get a picture with you? I love everything you do. I absolutely love the podcast because the fucking Arthur thing. Rich is the fucking worst." He's like, "What is that guy's fucking problem?" I'm just like, "Man, I don't know. He just says what he thinks,
I've been
man."
asking that for like 15 years.
Yeah, right.
He sent me a picture and he goes, "This is me and Jaret laughing about you hating on movies."
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here. I do actually want to take just a minute. I'm not going to bog down with this. I want to send some good vibes to Chris Holt, who was on the show a little bit earlier. Had a pretty rough week, and you know, had
Yeah.
a pretty major loss in his life, and I was glad to be able to make him smile a few times. We were on that Skype for about 30 minutes. If you'd like to hear the rest of what was not on this episode, of course, you can go to our Patreon page and be a supporter, and then you can listen to all that shit every single time. But much love to Chris Holt, who is
Love
one of
you,
our
Chris.
original followers.
And thanks again for playing my daughter's song on his radio
Yeah,
station.
and just a
Super
great,
sweet.
Yeah.
great guy. I want to also thank everybody who's been sharing the podcast. Sean Umbeck, Angie Thorin, Fiona Freeman, the head of the Bowling for Soup fan page. If you're not a member of that community, seriously get on there. I mean, even if you're not like the biggest Bowling for Soup fan in the world, you will find like-minded people who are just, everybody's nice. And
They're
and
so
great.
nice.
Mark Ryan, Rodon James, Wendy Croft, who also had a crazy week last week, so much love to her. Joseph Bishop, Ray Jimenez, Mitch Bergeron, Chris Odell, Chris Pauls, Jason Randall, Ashley C, Wayne Bullard, Maddie Mo, Eddie Weiss, Barry Ferguson, Tim Toole, and Preston Carr. We're going to stick all of the mailbag into next week's Random Movie News episode, and we're going to start calling them Random Movie News episodes that include some TV shit. Check us out on all the socials. We're at JaretGoesToMovies.com. You can just search for that everywhere. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and everything else. Find me at Jaret Movies. No, all of us at Jaret Movies on Twitter and Instagram. We are Reddit on Reddit at rmovie. Oh, God damn it! Here's what we're at. We're at Reddit at Jaret Goes to the Movies. I'm at JARET2113 on everything. Rich Coleman TX is Rich's handle on everything. Casey Yant and is on everything as that, and then Wilvark with 1L is also on everything. Anything you want to plug while you're here, John the bass player?
No, but I do want to say thank you for. I left this bottle of whiskey, like at the Get Shorty episode.
Yeah,
it was either Get Shorty
Or
or Grease.
I think it was Grease.
And I came back. How many episodes later? Like 30?
Many, yeah.
Many.
Yeah, and there's still whiskey in it. So
Now
thank
you gotta finish it.
It really hasn't
Oh,
been.
shit.
It really hasn't been touched. One night I was having just. I mean, actually, I think it was one of those nights where like.
I think everyone like took a shot out of it one night.
Yeah.
Okay, but remember I did the thing where I walked across the room and everybody's like, he's not gonna fucking do that. He's not gonna do that. And I just did it. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like
That's
it was
what
just
it's
out of
right now.
nowhere.
It gets up.
All right, actually, I think I'm gonna not drink any more of this beer and I'm gonna have some of this.
You put it in a
Oh,
shot glass,
nice.
you drop it in, you chug the whole thing.
I love it.
So that's it. Just thank you for that.
Yeah,
and
man.
Thanks for having me.
You are more than welcome anytime.
Gotta point
Please.
out his shirt.
I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Callahan Auto Parts.
Yeah.
Tommy
See
Boy.
this?
Yeah,
There you go.
love
Well,
it.
this for you guys.
Hey, we do this every Friday, so any Friday that you're around, please, you know what, I can always set up another mic or two.
Appreciate
Ryan, you can come to any that we probably won't bring up blowjobs.
Right. Thank you,
Wait,
everybody,
wait,
for
wait.
listening, most of all, and gosh, man, I love doing this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jaret, this is Jaret Goes to the Movies, and we will see you down the road.
I like you more than a friend.
But mostly, we'll see you down the road.
Good job, guys.
That was a fun one.
That was fun.